Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your match review for Villa 1, Chelsea 4. Wow. I get another round of applause because I'm not going to lie, people. I had my doubts about today's game. I even predicted a 1-1. And earlier in the week, after that Arsenal loss, I definitely thought we weren't going to win. But I had a little bit of chess last minute there, and then I realized, you know what? Maybe we got something for this. And lo and behold, the boys stepped up. Big up to every single one of you. If you haven't done so already, be sure to smash up that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Also, be sure to check out the memberships. There's 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And then hype up the video if you're watching this in the future. It really helps us out tremendously. Wow. Boy, oh boy. I mean, where do we start? I mean, I might start with a nice little celebratory drink, to be honest, because I can't lie to you. It's nice that finally, against a decent team, we actually get a decent result. So I'll cheers to that one. And if you're going to accompany me on that one, great. If not, no worries. I'll drink for the both of us. But yeah, great victory, great win, especially that we were going to Villa Park. This is a very, very big fixture. It's a 6-pointer, right? Because Villa are ahead of us. Now with this result, let me just check the table real quick. With this result, Villa are just 1 game swing pretty much. Villa are at 51 and we're at 48. So yeah, 1 game swing. We can definitely close that gap in the next coming fixtures, because Villa, they're going to struggle a little bit as well. They've been in bad form, or not great form, I should say. They did lose to Wolves, and now we came here and walloped them. So yeah, big up on the boys for the result today. But let's talk about the game. Quick summary of the match. And listen, when it's a lot of goals like this, it's hard for me to remember all the goals exactly, so bear with me, people. I think it's a straightforward lineup. Hato is in because Cucurella's not ready to play and start games yet. Malagusto at right back because we were going to shift Reece James into the midfield. Andre Santos gets benched for this game, which was interesting. Palmer supposedly in the right wing. I don't think he was actually playing right wing really, but he was a little bit more on that right hand side. We'll talk about Palmer. Enzo Fernandez in the 10s according to the the map. Garnacho back in the lineup at left wing, and he had a performance we'll talk about. And JOAO Pedro, the hat-trick hero. Wow. What a blessing this player has been for us. I mean, he went through a little bit of a spell under Maresca where we were playing him as a 10 mostly, and when he would play as striker, maybe didn't have Cole Palmer there to help him really unlock his game. But ever since Cole Palmer's back, ever since Rosinho's taken over, he's been deputizing that number 9 role, and he has been scoring goals non-stop. I mean, he didn't get a GNA against Arsenal, but outside the Arsenal game, I think he had a goal or assist in every single game, pretty much for like 8 or 9 games. So a very, very good run of form, scintillating form for JOAO Pedro as he continues it this evening. So the game didn't start off good. Game started off like shit, actually. It literally took 2 minutes for Douglas Luiz to get a goal. Funny, we were bitching and moaning about Douglas Luiz in January, and he goes and he dunks on us. So, yeah, Douglas Luiz ends up getting a goal from a cross on that left-hand side. Hato kind of doesn't really defend it too well. I don't know if he could have done more, but maybe he was just like a second late on defending it. Crosses it in. Fofana doesn't get in front of Watkins, but Watkins dummies it anyways, and then it goes in front of Douglas Luiz, and Douglas Luiz scores a tap in pretty much. Oh, I forgot to mention this, guys. Sanchez didn't play today. That I thought was a little odd, but whatever. He wants to try Jurgensen. He's doing the whole, and CP said this great in the Discord. He's doing, I've accepted now that Rosinho's not going to do his homework. He's going to do the same thing that Maresca did, which is everyone gets a fair chance until you do me wrong. Like, so we're going to see Jurgensen until maybe Jurgensen fucks up and then Sanchez comes back into the lineup. It's going to be the same thing for everyone. So clean slate pretty much for the whole team, even Tosin, which I disagree with vehemently, but it is what it is. So yeah, Jurgensen was back there, and I don't think there was much Jurgensen could have done for that goal. We'll rewatch it again, but yeah, it's just like defensively, just we weren't set up well there. And then shortly after that, actually, we'll talk about this. Reece James also in the box gets. I would say he got fouled by Maatsen, but it didn't get called as a foul or a penalty. We'll look it over, but yeah, a little bit of an early controversy in the first half there. But we start to settle into the game. I think Villa were hitting us on some counterattacks from time to time, and it did look dangerous. There was a counterattack that got called offside. I think that was maybe the second half, not the first half. But they were hitting us on these counterattacks that, for the most part, we were okay at defending them, but we did have some close calls. And Chelsea had some chances here and there. We had moments, and it didn't take too long for us to finally get our first moment with JOAO Pedro scoring the first goal in the 35th minute. Again, I forgot how it went because there were so many goals. So yeah, JOAO Pedro gets his first goal. I think it was it was, you know what it was? It was Cole Palmer comes back, passes the ball to Enzo, who had missed a through ball earlier, and then sends it over the defenders to Malagusta. Malagusta crosses it in, and JOAO Pedro's there to finish it off. That was the first goal. I remember now, because Enzo Fernandez actually had a good game today. So that was the first goal, puts us in there, and it didn't take long and for us to get the second goal. And I think the second goal came from a Garnacho assist, if I'm not mistaken. I think the third one was a Garnacho assist for sure, but I don't remember who assisted the second goal. But whoever did it. JOAO Pedro got his second goal right before the half ended, which was brilliant. That's what we want to see, just the determination to really go into the halftime with the edge, this advantage that it gives. It was an Enzo assist, thank you. This advantage that it gives the opposition players, right? Heads down, they just went down a goal. So it's good to see. We come out the locker room with the advantage, and we keep it going. And I'll be honest, the second half we look a lot better. We looked a lot better. Palmer had a much better game. Funny enough, I thought Garnacho had a really good game in the first half, and then went back to type in the second half. So something happened where he just reverted back to default settings. Because the first half, I thought he was pretty good. But yeah, second half, Garnacho turns it around. He just went back to being crap. JOAO Pedro keeping a standard. Palmer decided to turn up. Everyone started to turn up, really. And so it didn't take long for us to get the third goal, and it was the Cole Palmer goal. And I believe it was a sequence of play where we were, I think Emmy made a save or deflected off a player and lands in front of Palmer, and Palmer just shoots it. I think JOAO Pedro actually passed it off to him after it didn't go in. So we recycle the ball. Palmer gets it outside the box, and boom! It's a good goal. It's a good goal from a volley, give or take. And yeah, 3-1, and we're thinking, all right, we're safe, we're good to go. Palmer finally getting an open play goal, which he's needed for a while. Good for him. Hopefully he can continue that form, and hopefully he can keep playing like he was playing in that second half. First half, he had a few good passes. I think Enzo was having better passes overall, but just there are moments where it's just not good enough. So second half turned up a lot better. And it didn't take long where we caught Aston Villa on a counterattack with Garnacho outpacing, I think it was it Matson or Konza that he outpaced? It doesn't matter, but the point is, they played a high line. They got punished with Garnacho's pace. Garnacho then squares it up to JOAO Pedro, and JOAO Pedro has an easy tap in. And I'm actually pretty happy because Garnacho had a howler of a shot one-on-one with the goalkeeper in that second half that he hits at Emi Martinez's feet. It should have been a goal. It should have been 5-1. In fact, there's possibility we could have even had a 6-1 game today, guys. And yeah, instead of taking the shot, he passes it, gets JOAO Pedro his first hat trick for Chelsea. I don't think it's first career hat trick, but someone will remind me or fix that for me. But yeah, it was overall a really good game from Chelsea. And if we can go like this into that match against Newcastle, then maybe things are going to start turning around for our gaffer here, Arthur, okay? Because he's still Arthur to me. Show me some games that we can do this and play like this and dominate like this, and maybe you can convince me that we might have a shot at something for the rest of the season, because there's no way we're in the title race, obviously, you know. And today, bad news. The one bit of bad news is that City dropped points and Arsenal did not. So that gap gets wider. It's still obviously a title race, not over, clearly, but you know, Arsenal now have the pressure of making sure they're perfect for the rest of the season, which we know they're not going to be. United lost to Newcastle, so that puts us ahead of United now, I believe, again. No. So we're 3 points behind United as well. So who knows? One game week, we get a win, these two teams lose, and boom, we're in third place all of a sudden. So the games, the fixtures, actually maybe not because of goal. No, yeah, even so, with goals for, actually. With goal difference, we get ahead of them. So yeah, this top four race is going to be, it's on. It's all I'm going to tell you guys. It's on for sure. We're not out of it. So Chelsea, let's get this top four. We'll see how the fixtures go. Today was a good game. Today was a game that kind of gave me some confidence. Do it again against Newcastle, and bro, I'm rocking with you, Rosignor, until the end of the season. Let's get something, because you're showing me things now that convince me. So yeah, let's talk about the match. Big up to every single one of you. Smash up the like button, subscribe if you're new here, all that fun stuff. What are we saying, boys? A nice good evening, some would say.
That's a bit moist, mate. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What the
Oh yeah, I forgot you're not from UK. If I say something is moist, it's a slang term for like it's a bit of a nerdy thing to say. Sorry, it's actually a slang term. Yeah. Like,
hey, Chad, can you verify?
You can verify that.
Under the bus if you need to.
You don't even need to verify. You can literally verify that. You can even just go to Urban Dictionary.
I haven't had enough of these to hear you talk like that, bro. But,
yes.
All right, go ahead, man. Talk to me about the match.
You know, there was one point in the match where I generally thought it was over when it was 2-1.
Yeah, it was dark in your room, man. The lights went out.
No, I just have it dark in general.
It was grim. It was looking grim, you know?
But I generally thought it was going to end 2-1. But at the end of the day...
we didn't look that great in that first half.
Yeah. I just think the thing that saved us this game in particular, before I get to the team and how we played, was that Aston Villa were playing with zero chemistry in the team, bro. All they were doing, they literally had like, I think it was Watkins and Rodgers, yeah, up top, right? And then maybe Wendy or someone else, right? And they were just waiting to counter us, yeah, and a ball over the top. That's all they were doing the whole time, bro.
Yeah, it was just one tactic, really, yeah.
Legit. And I can't lie to you, it was working effectively that first half.
They were, you know what they were doing, Ahmed, now that you mentioned that? they were trying to do what the teams were doing to us early in the season.
Yep.
Just send it and it'll. But we've kind of gotten better at that.
I'll be honest, it was working because you had Wesley Fofana. You know, he was acting like a waste man. This is why he needs to go back to Marseille. You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean. There was a chance, There was a chance when it was. There was a chance where it was 1-1, I remember Marshall was 1-1, They hit the ball over the top. Like, obviously, we should give credit to Chalobah for having a great recovery to be able to, like, reduce the angle for Watkins to hit it back to, I think to hit Jorgensen, right? But, like, he didn't even get fouled. Decided, oh, I'm going to drop and try to hopefully get, like, a foul. Doesn't happen. And it's like, you just look like a twat, bro. You're just a twat for that behavior. Like, you got to fix up, bro. But in general, credit where credit is due. Garnacho this game was effective. Partly
first half.
Yes, partly. I think second half to an extent he was effective too because he was getting to space. The thing that was working for him was that I don't know why Cash was not marking him as properly, but he was getting into obviously space, right? And JOAO Pedro was very clinical in this game. He was able to do what he needed to go for us. I'm Cole Palmer. I'm not that performance, you know. Listen, good goal. Yeah. That's but again, the performance is still not great. You know, there was a moment in the first half where essentially all he had to do was just shoot the ball, and then he just fell over the ball. And that happened like twice, by the way.
When he tried to put his foot over the ball and he missed it.
When was the second one? I might have missed this.
There was another one in the first half where essentially, like, he's against Tyrone Mings, and all he has to do is really just cut in, and then he has the opportunity to shoot. Instead, he just hogs the ball too long.
I'd say he had a very good second half, but
you know, I'm talking about the first half. Okay. I mean, but I feel like in the second half, I'll be honest, Aston Villa just capitulated in the second half, bro. The team itself, Aston Villa, after we scored that second goal, it was GG's, bro. Like, we were just running over them. We were just going for the kill. And it was quite, because we did what Aston Villa was doing to us. We said, Aston Villa, you have the ball, you come to us, basically. And all we did was just counter them. And we did that quite effectively in the second half, in my personal opinion. Which we should give credit to, obviously, Rossinia for. But listen, at the end of the day, Aston Villa were currently on a good side. They're just there for the Europa League trophy. That's what they're really going for.
Yo, Unai, you can hold that, bro. That's revenge for beating us at the bridge. Revenge is a plate best served cold, a dish best served cold. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna let you talk. Never mind. Go ahead.
Are we being serious? Like, revenge for what? Revenge for
bro, they beat us in December, man. We were winning, and JOAO Pedro scored a goal that game, and then Ollie Watkins got a brace on our head top, man.
It was the first time Ollie Watkins has scored in how long, too, by the way?
Charity FC. They can hold that now, bro.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not really sure what to say to that, but it is what it is. Listen, we won. What matters, I think, for me, was that you guys all know what I was saying previously. If you know American Waffle, I use certain language that cannot be used in public. And they got the job done at the end of the day. The reality is, and I said this on RSM's live stream, that realistically we do not need Europe. For the sake of the club and everything like that, we do not need Europe. Okay?
Sake of the club?
Yes. I think for the sake of the club, in terms of resetting the club and everything like that, we actually don't need Europe. That's my
financially, will screw us over?
This is okay.
Bro, we're fucked financially anyway, we'll be honest.
Yes, but okay, guys, I've got a but here. Okay, before see Xtal coming in with the shut the fuck up. Have some respect for your panelists, Xtal, you fraud. Okay, but as a fan, I need Europe. Does that make sense? Like, obviously, as a fan, it's great to have Europe. Get UCL nights, but as a club, realistically, we don't need Europe. Genuinely, that's what it is. That's the best way to explain it.
By the way, everybody fear-mongering, oh my god, the club is broke. Please give it up. Private equity firm does not have money. Grow the fuck up.
They don't know, man.
How much do you get, getting Champions League, in like near 100 like overall like Champions League getting into it.
You know who you are.
Yeah, but we're still
You're
going to
an
be
idiot.
no. But I get Albert's point, because we're still going to be in trouble financially whether we get Europe or don't get Europe, because these guys want to spend money like it's going out of fashion.
Okay,
Like there's a reason we were selling to buy in the summer with Champions League.
I'm just saying it doesn't. I feel like it helps more if we get Champions League football still.
It helps
get
more
more
because
money.
you get more money, but ultimately we're still going to be financially fucked either. So like it doesn't really
No,
matter.
I agree
go on,
with you.
But we're not.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Hold
We
up. I
bought
think we need-
Gittins
hold
and
up, I think
Ganache
we
in
need to be
the
clear.
same season.
Hold up. I think we need to be clear. We have the money to spend, but under UEFA regulations, we are not allowed to spend it the way we want.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
the
let's-
club is
yeah.
The
not
only
broke.
reason we're
People
financially
trying
in
to say-
trouble is because
because people are trying to say the
rules.
private equity firm worth hundreds
Nah.
of billions
Yeah.
somehow. Oh my God, they got no money. What are we talking about, man?
Fucking stupid.
I
People
wanted
use
to say-
accountants, you know. Watch you
I-
do your taxes with people. I'm just saying.
I wanted to say firstly-
the armchair accountant.
JOAO Pedro, by the way, obviously, listen, we'll talk about all this stuff. We'll talk about this stuff later. You know,
That's my drill.
I don't know if you saw what I said in private chat, Marshall.
my
But you
God,
know,
what did you say?
that's his nickname. You know, he's
No,
the nickname. You know his nickname, Marshall.
It's not.
Let's look up the
Private
nickname.
check. Put the private check. What does he call
What'd you
him?
call him?
JOAO.
Zhao, that
Nah.
we can't say on the internet.
Oh,
Dove.
no.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Obviously, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying.
It's not even
No,
true.
I don't
Listen,
care.
I-
You can say it. It's just let's not, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying it.
There's
I'm not
Shea
saying
the other
it.
day where he got a hat trick, and I don't think he got an assist, but he got a hat
He
trick.
did. He got an
Yeah.
assist.
But either way-
Yeah, let's say stuff. Let's start
Take
counting.
the screenshot, take the screenshot.
I don't think that's an
Whenever
assist.
you-
I'm looking it over right now.
Job
It's
Pedro
Reece
today, by
James.
the way, shown.
Reece James cross.
It's a free goal. No, he got an assist. He got 3 goals, 1 assist. He got
yeah,
4
yeah,
J.
yeah. Assist.
How does that count as an assist?
I don't know, but he got an assist. Yeah. Yeah, he touched his body.
Marshall, when they were subbing him
Yes.
off, they were showing the stats about 3 goals, 5 shots, 4 on target, 1 assist.
Yeah. So listen, either way, credit is due to
The
Mr.
game's
JOAO.
gone, Scott.
Credit to JOAO Pedro, man. Good game today. Listen, he was the top attacker. I want to give another shot. Listen, there was obviously Enzo Fernandez. Great scam today. But then we got to talk about the guy that's next to him in Moises Caicedo, who I think had a better game than him. He had a
my God, man.
Yes, Caicedo had a much better game than him. His passes were much better. He was playing, and I want to give him much more credit in my personal opinion. Reece, we need the beast out of Reece, man. You know, I feel like there's too much lean Reece. Can I get some more beast? Can I get some more beast?
He loses weight. Ahmed complains. He's too
turning
fat.
into too much
Ahmed
of a nice
complains.
you.
Ahmed,
Too
where
much
do
of a
you want
nice you,
him?
Ahmed. He's too much of a nice you. You know what I'm saying? We need the.
He's too much of a nice heat, man. He's too nice, man. I want him to be a dickhead again. Can I get dickhead again, please? No, but like, listen, he had a great game, obviously. But listen, I think he's too nice, man. He's too sweet right now. You know, he's too sweet. I don't need it to be sweet anymore, bro, man. You know what I mean? I need it to be sour. That's the best way to use it.
Man, can't Chelsea? Am I not allowed to get my lick back at Villa? Really? Do I gotta have this cuck energy throughout all of 2026?
I'll be
What are we
real
doing,
talking
bro?
about it, right?
Why is my guy beefing Villa?
Yeah, I don't know why we beat Villa. That's how I'm confused.
They-
That's why I'm
they-
confused too.
They dunked on our head tops at the bridge. And that was like the beginning. Well,
Yeah,
it was the beginning of the end, but that was one of the
So
weird
is
bad
half the
games.
fucking league. Who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah, man, we're getting
So-
a lick
so
back.
has-
That's what I'm saying,
So
bro.
has every promoted team has, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
We can't get our lick back with some of those guys. Actually, they gotta get
You
some
can't
lick
get a
back,
lip.
yeah.
Listen, I want to get my lick back against Leeds. It's a
Leeds,
personal.
yeah,
It's
Leeds.
personal.
Leeds, yeah,
Leeds are
Leeds,
staying
yeah.
up. We get our leg back, bro. Leeds are staying up. We get our leg back next season.
I don't even
Yeah.
hate Aston Villa like that.
I don't hate Aston Villa. I don't know why we're trying to crash on like
I don't
a
know,
team
why
I have
would
Villa?
zero
Fuck
hate for.
Fuck
I
Villa.
don't.
No. I'm running it back. Yo, no, this is why. No, Villa can hold it because I remember when Maresca was managing. When we were, what was it? The end of December, people were saying, "Look at Villa, 12 points ahead of us. What a shame! Look at Villa, 16 points ahead of us. We should sack Chelsea." Like all this bullshit, bro.
we should sack
Now
Chelsea.
look at it. Now look at it. Talk to me about Villa now, you frauds.
No, Bubba.
Talk to me nicely.
They're currently still above us, Marshall. So
Shut the fuck up. One game swing. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but you know Chelsea, man. We're definitely gonna lose. It.
I really do not know what's
You
happened
almost caught it
today.
straight though, bro. You almost caught it straight.
I
I'm sorry.
don't know what. I actually don't know what's going on today.
No, because people were hyping up Villa so much in the beginning of the season.
Villa
And me,
is-
well, no, not you guys. Us as a panel knew they're gonna drop off at the end of the season. They're gonna drop off at the end of the
We
season.
all knew this. We all knew
Thank you,
this.
RSM is backing me. Thank you, RSM.
I remember. No, hold up. Marshall was crashing out on the chat. I specifically remember the chat being like, "Oh, Villa, you know, there's no hope. Villa's gonna finish ahead of us. We can't ever catch up to them. It's over. They're a better team than us. I would take Villa's whole squad. I would take
Bro, we all knew. We all knew the moment Europa League after January was happening. They were not. This is not sustainable. We all knew this. I don't know why we acted like this is not gonna happen, guys.
Also, this happens every season. This happens every season.
Yeah, Unai Emery is the.
People were gassing it up. I remember you guys in chat were gassing it up.
I can't lie though.
We're making my blood boil.
By the way, hang on.
Unai Emery.
Hang on. If you guys saw Aston Villa beat us today, would you say we're not getting it past them? Because that's what I was saying. If they beat us again today,
I thought at one prior to the last 24 hours, I thought we were gonna lose.
I told Marshall we had something for him, bro. I told him we had something.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want RSM to roll his eyes at me, so I was like, you know what, 1-1.
Bro, I told him we had something for him, bro.
So you know what, RSM's onto something. So
I'm just saying,
RSM.
they've been too far ahead, I thought.
Listen, either way, I want to actually talk about. Listen, we won the game. That's what really matters, okay? I don't even give a shit about tactical breakdown and everything like that, bro. Because let's look at the table and can I make one point actually about the tactics actually? Can I make one point about the tactics? I want to say there's a certain manager this football remind me of. I want you to guess who that manager is.
Wait, say that again?
There's a certain manager this game or football reminded me of. Who do you think that manager is?
I'm not the clown.
You know what, guys? This is why Marshall is called Casually FC. You know what I mean? He's not a wash Allegri if he thinks it's Allegri ball. Yeah, see, if your turf knew who I was already, Poch. What I watched today generally was Poch football.
That first half definitely felt like Poch ball.
Even the second half, the way we were playing going forward in the attacking wise was Poch ball. No cap, it was Poch ball. It was legit. We played Poch ball against Aston Villa, and low key, this might have to be the method to the madness. I hate to say it. Or some might have been Poch ball might need to be the way.
No. Hold on. You need to wait. Hold on.
You're overcooking.
What did he just say?
You're very aggressive. Too much aggression. I need you to calm down.
We need Poch ball
No, because you know what's crazy? If you were on the Discord, I was saying, this is an entertaining game, and then I had to re-emphasize, like, it's entertaining to watch it, but as a Chelsea fan, this is super stressful.
No. First,
and it did remind me of Poch ball.
No. First, you said it's a good game. I'm like, what
yeah. I said it was a good game.
It's an entertaining game. I'm like, that's correct. It's
Yeah.
Second half was better. Second half was better.
Yeah.
Please oh yeah, that's 100% on the money. Who said that?
Don't worry about it, bro. Hold up.
Wait. Ahmed is literally the anti-Charles. Firstly, Coco.
Man said, yo, we clap Villa. I'm getting groceries today. Let's go.
Let me just say this really quickly, yeah.
Groceries
Coco, you need to understand something, my bro, yeah? I am just saying, listen, this is an effective style of play. Why not use it? I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying he's spitting on that one. You are anti.
Bro,
okay, hold on. Is it effective though? Because you said that first half.
Listen, I want you to give us. I want to give us an example. Next week, we're gonna be facing Newcastle, for example. Pochettino or Osama bin Portugal is probably gonna be effective in that game. At home, it's gonna be effective. At home, it might be effective.
How?
You know what I mean?
Hang on, Ahmed. If Newcastle don't give, if Newcastle don't want the ball and give us the ball,
saying shit now, man.
How the fuck can we play Poch ball if Newcastle just give us the ball?
Then you just pivot to Plotch X or senior ball. That's what I'm saying.
Brother's just saying anything. You're right, RSM. Brother's just speaking to speak.
Let's just move past whatever nonsense Ahmed is saying. Let's actually talk about this game. Fuck Poch ball.
Bro, Ahmed made one good point and then derailed for 10 minutes.
Yeah, his performance is like Garnacho, man. One good cross and then that's about it.
I mean, let's start off with João
Typical
Pedro,
Gusto
obviously.
performance.
Hey, there's an impressive stat of João
Let's start
Pedro
off with
played,
João
by the way,
Pedro
as
because
well.
I think we got to start off with the outlier
Not
in
baller,
this
man.
team. And dog, outside of, does anyone know, outside of Arsenal, he was pretty much on a GNA streak of scoring a G. Actually, you know what? I could just look it up on.
Yeah.
He's scoring like a goal every game, basically, except for the Arsenal game right now. Like, if you talk
No,
about,
he's
like,
absolutely on fire. He's back to the form he was in and during Club World
But
Cup.
like, that's the thing with João Pedro. We already knew he's clinical season right now with the goal to ratio. But it's just the chances he needs to get, and he needs to be more selfish at times.
Well, in the
And that
Prem,
10 roll, that 10 roll did not suit me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So since Brentford, he's had a goal or an assist every game besides Arsenal. So he had a goal at Brentford,
1, 2,
a
3,
goal against
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's got a goal. He's got a GNA in 7 out of 8 games.
yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty good
He's on
considering
14 in
our
the
attack.
Premier League, and we played 29 games, right?
Yeah, you know,
Yep.
we play.
He is
20
on
He has
the track to
14
name
goals
even
and 8
What the
assists in
hell?
the
the way
league.
he's going, 18 goals or something. The way he's going, at least 18. I think it could be like around
38.
18 goals in the Prem.
Yeah, which would be great. I mean, listen, at the rate he's going at, and I'm not gonna guess it up, but he's only 6 away from breaking 20.
He's by the way, I think he's also doing this on no pen. Just FYI.
No pens, thank
I think-
you.
If he
I
had,
think
if he,
he's had-
if he had
I think
pens,
he's
if he
had
had
one
pens, he'd
pen.
probably be like 18, 19, by the way, if he had
Yeah, I
pens.
think he's had 1 pen too.
Yeah, I can't remember what game that was. Maybe a Champions League.
I don't even,
game?
hold up, I don't even think that pen was in the Prem, low-key. I don't remember him taking a pen in the Prem.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Because even then, I think it's like been Enzo who's taking the pens over him.
But yeah, he's been phenomenal, and like, I don't know.
I just checked all comps. He hasn't had a pen with us.
Yeah, first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why did someone feel like he was one?
He also has, by the way, he also
His
has the
last
most
pen was for
he has the
Brighton
most
against.
non-penalty goals in 2026 in all
Yeah,
Prem.
so his last pen was he had 2 penalties last season for Brighton against Leicester. That was his last pen in the league.
Oh, for Brighton. Okay.
Yeah, for Brighton.
But guys, are we saying that our striker issues are kind of solved now? We just need to find a formidable backup, or how are we feeling about this right now?
All I'm feeling is every time João Pedro does that little dink finish, bro, changes my life, man.
No, for real. Yeah, the dink finish was the second goal. Yeah.
All I'm saying is please continue this to the end of the season because I'm not. I've said that João Pedro is an upgrade on Jackson, but last season there was a point where Jackson was on a good goal streak as well. Not as prolific as what Pedro's doing, but remember the first half of that season, last season, he had like 9 goals before December. So just end this. If you can get me 18 to 20 goals in the league and 10 assists, because he's only on 8 assists. That's basically, you got me 30 GNA in the league, which is amazing.
You know, what I would say about João Pedro, credit to him, scoring goals, doing what he needs to do, and doing his job for us. Let's see what he can do, man. You know, right now it's only 14 goals. If he's a serious guy, I need to see 20 at the end of the season.
I don't disagree with you, Ahmed, but you saying it's only 14 goals being a Chelsea fan is the most ironic thing.
I mean, I can actually say that because Nicolas
we're counting our
Jackson
blessings
gave me
here,
14. Nicolas Jackson gave me 14, so I can actually say
Yeah,
I've seen
for a whole
14.
season. We still got 9 games left to play, though. You don't think he's gonna
And
score?
so,
That's what
listen,
I'm saying.
that's why I'm saying I need to see 20.
Yeah,
It's
that's
8
what
left.
it is.
No, for us it's
Oh,
9.
8
It's 9.
games left?
We've got 9 games left. We've got 9 games left in the EPL for us. We've got 9 games left because
Today
Yeah, we have 9
was
games.
game week 29. We have 9 games.
We have
Yeah.
9 games.
yeah, we got 9 games left.
Yeah, we got
Listen,
9 games.
Oh, we're around a 10
no,
game.
listen. I'm being honest. It's factually speaking. I need to 9 more games left. You know what? 20 minus 14 is 6. 6 over 9. That's 2. You need to score 2/3 of that. So basically,
listen,
one
I don't
goal.
disagree, but
every
like
team.
at the same time, like when you look at this, okay, let me just put it this way: when you look at how Jackson got his 14 goals that first season versus how João Pedro's gotten it this season, are you more convinced that João Pedro can actually repeat it, or if Jackson was just kind of like a fluke?
you know what I'm saying?
But I think for me the question you're asking there is a bit different from what I'm asking.
Loaded.
I'm not, yes, in the sense that I've not said right now whether or not he can repeat it or not. I'm just giving him a one season objective right now. Whether or not he can repeat that next season is another thing entirely right now.
That's why I asked. Do you guys think we solved our striker situation? Because I feel like he can repeat it next year. Go ahead, Scott.
I think two things can be true. I think you can say that he is most likely an upgrade. I'm obviously not going to say completely just because I said earlier in the season he needs to get 18 goals for me to say that and for me to apologise. That's still the case. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him recently. Yeah, like I expected whoever my striker was.
Did you say 18? But did you say 18 non-penalty?
18 all comps or pen?
Yeah, I said no, RSM. I don't care about whether it's penalties or non-penalties. I want 18 goals.
I'm just saying like it's if he doesn't take penalties, it's unfair because so many other strikers in the league are getting.
I don't think it's unfair. I don't think it's unfair because I don't think 18 is unfair because.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. Yakuza would be on like 2 goals if you take away his pens, bro.
That's cool. But, okay, RSM. 18 is not unfair because our other striker with no pens got 14. So my thing was for it to be a clear upgrade. I need more. I need a 4 or 5 goal swing for it to be a clear upgrade. So that's why I said 18.
I get that. And to be fair, I do think he's gonna get 4. He has to get 4.
Oh, I think he will as well. I think he gets 4. Yeah. I think he can get 4 and 9, 100%. So I think he can hit the 18, but I at least want him to hit it before I say that. But I think two things can be true, Marshall. I think you can say that João Pedro has been great for us, is performing, is scoring.
Yeah.
But at the same time, at least not right now, say that our striker problems are fixed because ultimately it's where you're aiming for, right? Like,
sure,
we need a striker that's going to push us to win a league title. I think if Pedro gets between 18 to 20, then, with a couple better players around him, then 100% he can get, the 20 plus that pushes us towards a league title.
But I mean, I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with that argument, but we'll see how the season ends. But you're looking at Arsenal winning it without like a clear established world-class striker. It just kind of throws a caveat into the
right? Because he scored 100 goals in 2 seasons. That's what everyone's telling us, right?
Okay, Marshall, you're right, but there's a flip side to that of, well, they may not be scoring goals, they're also not conceding a lot either.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, completely.
So you either have to you can have João Pedro as our starting striker to win a league title, especially with the rate he's going on, but then you need to fix the defense up as well. So either way, you need to do something in terms of either give him more support to get him those few extra goals to push him above the 20, to be that guy of like it is with City where they might not be great defensively, but because they've got guys like Haaland and Semenyo now, who are scoring, they can kind of outscore teams most of the time. Or you need to fix the defense where you can have a guy that's going to get you 18 league goals and you're still going to win the league because you're conceding, 2/3 or half the amount of goals you were last season or this season or whatever. You still have to fix one issue to challenge,
100%.
Or potentially both anyway. He just needs to continue what he's doing ultimately. If he keeps going on and keeps scoring, then it's
not even just the goals though, Scott. It's also how he's involving everyone else into the play.
No, I don't care about that.
I don't care. Letting Cole Palmer play a little bit better as well.
Marshall,
I don't give a shit.
Something? I want to say something.
Marshall, I don't give a shit.
I mean, that's kind of one of the caveats as to why I wanted to keep Jackson, right? Because Jackson, when he's not scoring goals...
No, but who cares? No, but Marshall, it didn't matter. It didn't matter with Jackson because he needed to score. We needed a striker who was going to score. That's what we lacked last season.
He's right in that one.
We only care, by the way, we only care that Delap is... We only care that, Delap, for example, sucks in all aspects of his game because he's got 1 goal all season. In the league, I mean. That's why we care that Delap stinks in every other aspect. If Delap had 20 league goals, I said if Delap had 20 league goals and looked like the clunkiest striker in world football, none of us would give a shit. So I don't care about all that other stuff. That stuff is nice and ultimately it does help the team.
I get you.
But what matters most at the moment, because it mattered last season the most when Jackson wasn't doing it, is the goals. And like I said, so if he keeps scoring, and if he can get to that 18 to 20 league goal mark, then I'll hold my hands up and say I was wrong about him earlier on in the season.
I'm already holding my hands up.
And then we go from there. And like I said, you need to fill the guys around him to support him.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, Scott. What were you going to say, Chris?
I was just saying, like, if you look at Chelsea last season. Oh wait, you're talking about 14 goals, aren't you? Kind of derails me a little bit, but like I would say, like last season, even the season before actually, because Cole Palmer was unreal that season, by the way, creating chances and everything, creating space from like other players. But like even like last season, Chelsea created a lot more chances, like in general, because of Cole Palmer created like the most for us as well. And then this season, you've had like probably Enzo as our best creator this season, I would say, and he hasn't even like had a great season.
I disagree.
And you disagree with what Enzo to creating compared to Palmer?
I don't think Enzo's our best creator this season.
Well, who would you say?
In open play,
Well, I don't know. I don't know
No,
why
but,
we're
yeah,
arguing.
exactly. Who
Wait,
would you
I
say
don't
our
know why
best
we
player this
argue
season
this.
is? Because
You
I
can
don't
just
know for
literally
sure, to be honest.
Look up
Like,
the stats. Just look up the stats about who
I
created the
don't
most
know,
chances.
because I don't think I don't think as a team, as general, we create a lot of chances.
Who's
like,
Chris
top players
saying
or
created the
whatever
most
like that.
chances?
Like, you got Neto, who's dropped off like the cliff this season. Garnacho is shit. Cole Palmer this season.
Everyday
hasn't really played the
Garnacho.
whole
Why do you hate
season.
Garnacho? Why do you hate Garnacho, Chris?
We can
I've
talk about
always hated
Garnacho
Man
later.
United.
Continue, Chris. Continue.
Enzo
But, like,
Fernandez has the most chances created.
You've had
with
Cole
44.
Palmer this season where he's not looked as good and he's not played the whole season. He's obviously stat pad as well, whatever, like for penalties, and he's not created as many chances this season. With JOAO Pedro, when he does get his chances, he does score them and he can score outside the box really well. He can score headers. Well, I could say he's just better than Jackson every single way. He's a better shooter.
I was gonna say,
He's a
if
better
you look
header.
at big chance straight, by the way, Enzo's not top for us.
Okay, yeah, I actually don't know, Scott. I don't know who our.
You'll
biggest,
never
like,
believe
centre
who is top.
Is
Big
it Neto?
chance. It is Neto.
Yeah, I'm
Yo.
not.
I was just gonna. I think for me, I think the thing we need to realize, right,
He
guys, like,
does corners and
But
crosses.
I just.
If you
I
look-
just think
quick-
Ronaldo's
no, no,
got a
Chris,
lot of
wait,
things better
that's
than
why
Chris-
the
Jackson
chances
Pepper's
created plays
movement.
bullshit, by the way, because
Yeah.
of what Alison just said there.
yeah, I think
Well,
Chris
the
to.
chances
I'm
created
gonna
is
back. I'm
whatever
gonna kind
pass
of.
leads to a shot.
I think to back Chris slightly here. I think we need to realize, right, everywhere else for us here, the goals have dried up objectively, right? In terms
Yes.
of our wingers, they've dried up. Yes, Palmer scored today. He has scored one or two pens. He scored one or
I'm just
two
talking
pens
about
in previous
chances created
games,
as well.
right? No, I know I'm gonna get to that, Chris, right? But like in general, in terms of like just goals being scored by all of our other team around us, in terms of like the attackers in midfield, it has dried up. It's only JOAO Pedro that's doing it fast, and right now he has to do it fast because again he is the striker of the team objectively, right? That's his main objective. Obviously the other stuff he does are secondary and tertiary stuff, which obviously help to benefit the team. Okay, in terms of chances created, right, this is why again you have to look at our wingers. The whole point is of our wingers primarily is to create chances for the striker.
Yep.
Right, or to create chances, obviously, for like a box crusher, like Enzo, whenever we need him to be in that box
Wait.
crushing role as well.
Where did you get chances created from? How many
Big
chances created
chances
does Neto
created.
have?
Big
big
chances
chances
I don't
created.
know this
Never
season.
mind.
He
never
has
mind.
he has
think-
11.
Yeah,
Enzo
and
has
Enzo
10.
Fernandez has 10. Yeah. Because if you look at just chances created, and it's probably from
Yes,
the
but
corners.
again,
Those,
not
like, half
chances
chances,
created is the most bullshit stats
Yeah.
in football.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
From
you're right,
corners and everything like that. Like
From open play, though, I think
mainly.
Enzo's
I
up
just think
there.
with Pedro, like he's better on the
up,
ball
KG.
than like
big up,
Jackson.
fellas.
He's a better like shooter than Jackson. He's a better header than Jackson. It's just the thing with Jackson. I think what made Jackson quite good is his like movement speed and like the way he moves like players out of position and he can drag them out, like a bit like Timo in a way, I would say. But he
Oh
had more
my
technical-
god!
he had more
Can you give it
technical
up,
ability
You
Chris?
than
and
Timo.
Timo
Hey,
today.
Can you give it up, Chris?
No, I'm just
Can you
saying
give it
that.
up, bro? What is going on? Team win that every
I think
day.
that's how Jackson got a lot of chances as well because like his movement.
I've had enough,
Werner,
man.
Every time I hear Timo Werner, just fist.
Especially with the chat we're having on Discord, this is funny as fuck.
I like it. I think you can say that two things can be true. I think it's quite clear that we've got to the point where JOAO Pedro is an upgrade on Jackson, 100%. I think we're past the point of that being a debate, and I'm willing to hold my hands up and say I was wrong early in the season about that. But whether he is our whether we can say we fixed the striker problem in totality, now before the end of the season, I think is early to say, because if he doesn't score from now to the end of the season, then it's hard to say that. I don't think he will, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
saying he I think he does score, probably two
I
or
hope not.
three. But yeah, that's why I said that conversation I think needs to be had at the end of the season. We can 100% say he's an upgrade on Jackson at this point.
I just want to point out something that I find to be a good highlight here. If JOAO Pedro gets 4 more goals this season for Chelsea, he will have gotten the same amount of goals he's already surpassed the assists he got there, but the same amount of goals that he got at Watford in 109 games played, in half of that. He will
won,
have
he was
matched
like
that.
18, and that was Watford as well.
109 games though. It's a good amount of games. He played a lot of games for Watford. Got 24
Bro,
goals
if
there.
he
He's
gets
at 20
18
this
league goals,
season.
I'm fairly certain he'll have the most league goals for us since Costa.
Yes.
Tammy, what about that 1 year with Tammy?
Tammy got
Timmy got
15.
15 that year, I think.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 2
I
goals
wasn't
away
happy
from.
he
He stat padded a lot.
Yeah, he's 2 goals away from surpassing
Yeah.
every striker we've had outside of since Costa.
Yeah, I was gonna say
know.
he's got to
I
have.
mean, getting around 18 to 20 is very good anyway for a striker. That's what you want.
It is. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I looked as well. Like, if you look at the current top goal scorers, number 1, he's now joint 3rd. By the way.
Yeah.
Who's he tied with, Scott?
He's tied with.
Diego
Oh no,
Thiago.
no, sorry. He's apologize. No, he's 4th.
Yeah, he's
I say apologies. He's 4th because Semenyo scored today, didn't he? Yeah, Semenyo's got 15, so he's 1 ahead.
Wait, sorry, Scott, can you, for 1 second, we all know why Marshall left
Oh,
for a
he's
second.
left.
Yeah,
Who
Marshall.
has
Oh, by the
again?
way, Marshall. No, Marshall.
One of them,
Bring yourself back in, Marshall. I need.
I don't know.
No, Marshall.
What do you want?
You've got your.
Wait,
You've
wait,
got.
chat,
Hang on.
chat.
Hang on.
No,
You
Scott, we need to
can
cook
bring
him
it up.
properly. We need to cook him properly.
What was the amount of goals and assists that I said that Semenyo would get?
Hey, right here. I wrote it down. I have it right here.
What did I say?
What's he at right now? I want to see how close we are.
No. Tell me what I
So you
said.
don't
No. I'm curious though. Like, what was
Just
he
say
at?
it. Just say the
15.
I
number.
already know, by the way. I already know
Oh
what I said.
Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Okay. So, how many assists does he have?
Okay, I don't know about that. Let me check.
4 or
So he's
5.
15 goals.
He's just scoring goals mainly for City.
Yeah. Is he? If he's on 6, then Scott's spot on right now.
Probably going to take Scott's.
I don't think he is.
Okay.
No, he's
Okay,
not. He's
so-
he's 2 away. He's
Yes, 4
2
goals.
away.
Yes, 4 assists, sorry.
Yeah,
four
but that's
assists.
like
Listen,
eight
I'm
games or
gonna CP. I'm dragging you with me on this one, okay? Because me and CP, me and CP did 13 goals, 5 assists. 13 goals, 5 assists by the end of the season.
Hold that, you pussy.
Wait. Sorry,
I'm dragging you with me
Scott,
too.
Scott,
13 goals, 8 assists. Okay.
Yeah, hold that, you bitches. I told you, man.
Wait. Why are you dragging me into this? Why are you dragging me into this?
you got dragged
Whoa,
into it.
We did because we did predictions, bro. We did predictions. They're right here.
I know, but Scott.
What did I
this-
predict?
This fraud of a man. This fraud of a
13
man.
goals, 8
Wait,
assists
I
for
did
Semenyo.
16. Damn.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what?
you're
Chris,
closer
hey,
than
look,
all of
Chris,
us.
Look at me.
Big up,
we're
Chris. That's my
16.
guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
Scott, hold
You
up,
guys
hold up.
put
This
too
man is
low.
a fraud. This man is a fraud and using statistics to pin us against each other. Because if you remember that stream, Scott, when this fraud was saying, hey, so many is probably just going to do as well of a job as Neto, and I said he was on crack cocaine, and I was just giving him the low ball stats. Hey, I think he's the bare minimum get these. You fraud of a man putting me down like this. I hate you, fraud.
Nah.
He is shameless.
You fraud.
But yeah, as I was
If
just
I go
like,
to hell, we're all going to hell together.
as I was saying, so he's 4th now. He's 1 behind Semenyo.
Yes.
He's 4 behind Thiago. He's 8 behind Haaland. But yeah, like I said, he just needs to keep scoring, and then we need to support him, and we need to get a good enough backup striker for so you don't have to run him into the ground.
So that's the one thing too I want to point out. I feel like people are now saying, "Oh, now we can see he's clearly not a 10." I just want to put context to it. Like the reason we were playing JOAO Pedro in the 10 for so long was because we didn't have Palmer.
Yeah.
And now that Palmer's back, like we can actually play
No,
JOAO Pedro.
I
in the
disagree.
9.
I disagree with that though, Marshall. I think part of me, because I was one of the people saying playing in the 10, and this is actually where I want to give praise to JOAO Pedro. Part of the reason I said to play him in the 10 was because what he was doing in games was dropping into 10 and 8 positions to pick the ball up and playing like a false 9. He wasn't getting into areas he's getting into now. Like where he scores his first goal, he wasn't getting into those areas earlier on in the season because he was too deep from receiving the ball deep and trying to link up play and play it off and be that like false 9 Messi-esque kind of player. It's like, that's cool. You can't do that when you're on 9 and you're the focal point.
Yeah.
And we have no one else because at that point we had Garnacho and Neto playing like wing backs. So we had we had no Palmer, so we had no one making like off the ball runs out of midfield to like take up the space he was vacating. So whereas now it's under a senior, and I don't know whether this is a tactical thing from a senior. I don't know if he said something, if it's just like a mental thing from JOAO Pedro. Like I don't know what it is. If it is Rosenior, fair play to him. He is actually picking up positions as a 9 that he needs to pick up so he gets those chances. Like the goal he scores, the first one, even the second one, he's the one that's making the run I know, is it the second one? No, the third
It's the
one. Sorry,
first
he's the
one.
one making the run.
Yeah.
In behind with Garnacho, you know, and there was a couple of other moments he had that as well. Like he's actually making good runs and getting himself in good striker positions so he can like score and get the chances, which he wasn't doing earlier in the season. Because then he'd get the one chance a game. He'd get like 1 or 2 chances a game, but wasn't shooting. He was just passing it off, or he'd take too long to shoot. Like now,
I remember
actually doing
that Spurs game, Scott.
as a striker. Yeah,
Remember
exactly.
that first game where we
As
were
a
like,
striker.
shoot, and he just would not shoot the ball.
True. Yeah, I remember that was the issue we had with him for the longest time. He just wouldn't shoot. He's got a good finish, but he just would not shoot.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I remember. Speaking on Werner, by the way, I remember that was the one thing that used to frustrate the fuck out of me about Werner. This guy used to cut, never shoot. I remember, Chris. I had these arguments with you, like, yo, if he doesn't shoot, he's never gonna score a goal. So like, he needs to fucking shoot. And all the strikers, listen. As bad as the lap has been, the one thing I can't rag on him is he doesn't try to shoot. At least he tries to shoot. It's like, all right, you're a striker, your job is to try to shoot. But I know he's not been good enough, regardless. But like, at least you shoot. If you're gonna be a striker, get me goals. Get me goals, or at least get me an assist or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
you shoot if you're gonna get goals.
You want your striker to be like a little selfish. You know what I mean? Like you want them to have that personality of, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try to do it myself.
Bro, and you know what it is though, KG? The other thing to add on to it too is that he's got the technique.
Yeah, right foot, left foot.
If it's Jackson, I'm not asking Jackson to shoot all the time because that guy's technique is I have better technique than him. You know what I mean? Like, and I haven't played ball in a minute. So like it's like when you see someone like JOAO Pedro who has technique, who can finesse a shot, can shoot it from long range, weak foot or strong foot, don't matter. Yeah. Why don't you shoot? Just shoot. Yeah. I remember the beginning of the season, that was a big issue. But yeah, like and I'm glad you mentioned John Duran because these are players that like you see their technique and how they can shoot a ball. I know, but like you want them to shoot. So looking at this first goal, by the way, kudos to Palmer. This is probably like one of the better things he did in that first half. The second half he was a lot better.
There was very minimal what he did in the first half.
Yeah. He was able to win the ball back, right? And we recycled the play. Enzo Fernandez, I thought this was one of the better games Enzo Fernandez has had in a really long time. And I'm just saying that maybe from a point of like he was creating and distributing the ball a lot. He had the space to do it, so good. And kudos to him. He actually finds... Listen, as bad as Malo Gusto was, which I will not disagree, like it's... I know Scott said who was worse than you said someone was as bad. It's either between Fofana or Malo Gusto for me.
Yeah, the French
like both of them were.
The only reason I put Gusto ahead is because he got the assist.
Yeah, but Gusto was like a menace this game, where it was menace like in between for us for our sanity, not for Villa.
menace to sanity. There you go.
Yeah, seriously. This guy does the run, brilliant run, and he gets the assist, which is brilliant. And JOAO Pedro's there to put it away. Like, if I can have Enzo Fernandez have more time or more games where Enzo Fernandez can do these types of passes, I think most of us would have a pretty good time talking about Enzo Fernandez every game. Because when he has his QB role in the attack, I love it.
His spaces, for once in a while.
Yeah.
But that's the Enzo Fernandez that we were sold the dream on, right? The deep line playmaker, the guy that can hit the balls over the top. He can play the line breaking passes, and credit to him today because he was, you know what? Credit to him, but also Unai Emery. Like, what the fuck were you doing? Because everybody was hitting the passes for us. Like Cole Palmer in that second half, he played so many of like what should have been hockey assists, right? Of like ball in behind. Like one of them was the Gusto, where Gusto like passed, crossed it, dribbled it to the keeper, to Emi Martinez. But yeah, man, that's the Enzo that we thought we were getting. Enzo, the pass master, the Tony Cruz regen. And fair play, he was his passing today was good.
Yeah, I mean, he even had the celebration with JOAO Pedro, where he was polishing his shoes and stuff, because he had brilliant passing today. And it's there was even some passes that didn't get pulled off, Chris. I think you remember, right? Where like you see
Enzo,
Enzo, where he saw the threaded ball, but because he didn't, lob it instead he ground passed it.
Yeah,
It just didn't make
one
it.
low pass he should, like.
Yeah. I
think
mean,
it
to be
was
fair,
that
like the
Arnold,
passing
yeah.
from Palmer and Enzo was brilliant today, and I think that was causing a lot of issues to Villa. And Villa were playing their high line, and we just kept catching them.
Yeah.
And I hope we run into that more often. But yeah, this first goal I think was a brilliant team goal. Enzo getting involved. In terms of the second goal, which is somewhere in this video, right here again, the high line. Garnacho was super effective that first half. Like he should have had an assist today.
Did he not get assist?
Yeah, he had one. He should have had a
did get
goal.
He
Should
should
have
have
had a
two, I
goal.
would say.
Oh.
Also.
No,
Yeah.
but remember the first half he did the
The
same
very
thing he
first
did
half.
against
In the first
Arsenal.
half,
Yeah. Cross to
He
the back.
throws
post.
it in, and I think it was JOAO or who was
Joao
it? Just
got a good header, but Martinez.
Yeah, he got a header
made
right to
great
Martinez.
save.
Yeah.
Martinez ended up
And there were
saving
some
it.
crosses he did where he do it in like 6-yard box, but no one really got there. But
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
Aston Villa player like deflected it. But
Yeah.
like this was definitely his better game out of like a lot of them. And I don't like this
He
guy,
needed
but
it.
he was definitely.
Yeah, he needed it because he was
Yeah.
playing horribly. He went
I
back
don't
to
like
type
him when
in
he
the second
starts
half.
mainly.
Yeah,
But he
Matty
started, he
Matty
played
Cash has blood on his hands because if you let Garnacho cook you like that with his one move where he drops the shoulder and cuts in on his right foot from the left wing,
Mhm.
which he was effective at today, right? That the cross came from that. He had a couple of
Mhm.
shots that were blocked. He had a couple of weak efforts, but that was by far like the most enjoyment Garnacho's got out of a right back in a long
This is how
time.
screwed we are.
Basically the
on
whole
left
season.
wing.
Yeah,
Because like we got Garnacho or Neto. Pick your poison.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
listen, if
I'm
Garnacho
gonna
keeps
shoot
playing
myself.
keeps
Not
playing like
taking
this, take a bullet for the team. It's just not Garnacho.
Yeah.
If we keep playing like this, or if Garnacho keeps playing like this, I'm not opposed to just keeping Neto benched until he gets into good form. I'll be real. I don't know
I
if
don't
you
know. I
guys feel
wouldn't be
the same
surprised
way.
if Garnacho drops the stinker next game.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, that's also
Yeah.
true. I mean, it's
Like,
up against Newcastle.
I
But I
He had
mean,
a
the,
good
the
game
fact
today,
is
but,
that
like-
like we're crying out for somebody on that left wing, and there's only two players that we have that play out wide that have pace to get in behind, and that's Garnacho and Neto. So we need like one of them to just pick up their form. Like asking for both of them to pick up their form is probably being greedy, but if one of them can just not be ass, it would go so long. So it would help us out so tremendously.
100%. By the way, going back
Football
to
confidence,
Enzo very quickly.
Talk to me.
I know you talked about the passing, Marshall. I'll tell you what, the one pass from me today that was actually really good, and was the one where that I was impressed, was this one, the one you happen to have on the screen. Because we know he
this
can
is
do
similar
those.
to the Cucurella goal.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know he
but-
can do those like long ones. He just
Mhm.
doesn't do them enough. The ones we haven't seen him do a lot are these kind of ones, of like you get it in and around the box, and it's the little like cheeky one through the gap, or like playing it around the corner. We haven't seen him
Mhm.
do those type of passes, and so seeing him do that kind
Liverpool
of pass,
was
you know,
like the last
like I think
time.
it was either first time or like one touch and then like second touch out. We haven't seen him do that enough, and it's like I've criticised him before this season and previous seasons of taking too many touches on the ball. You know, like not releasing it quick enough. He didn't do that here. He released it literally perfectly timed. And we haven't
you
seen
look
him
at
do that enough.
you look at the line, like this was the one where Tyrone Mings kept him onside. He's just playing the onside on the line, and with this pass he takes out these three players and leaves leaves João Pedro all this space. It was a brilliant pass, like I'm not gonna lie. Scott's on point. I think the last time I remember Enzo having a pass like this was Liverpool, where it gives it to Cucurella and Cucurella sends it far post for Esteval.
Yeah.
So those little tight space ones where it takes a few people out. And to be fair, if you guys remember, João Pedro had a similar pass like this too, where he takes it to the right corner and then he pretty much gets rid of two Villa players and then passes it to Palmer, and then Palmer I think like crossed it or it went for a corner or something like that. But it was
Did
just
you
like-
guys notice Villa defending corners put three guys up at the halfway line?
Didn't. That's
Did
it.
they
Yeah,
really
they-
do that?
They did it like they didn't do it every corner, but they did it like 3 or 4 times. Because it looks weird, right? Because we're so used to all the Royal Rumble and the congestion in the box. There were a couple of corners. If anybody goes back and they watch it like later on tonight or whenever, you'll notice that there's like a lot of space in the box, and then that's when you see the camera will zoom out and you'll see like 3 Villa players on the halfway line. So yeah, they took a page. It's a I know we've been clamoring for it, but it's a risky strategy because everybody is man to man in the box, and if you lose like against Villa, it's not bad because what's his name? Ming, they have Mings and Kanza aren't the biggest threats, but
Sure.
if you do that with like an Arsenal and you've got Gabriel,
Gabriel's a huge area.
Yeah, then it's not a bad, it's a gamble.
Like
but
we can't do that against Newcastle, for example, because Dan Burn will completely, punish us for that. Yeah, I get it. It's just, again, it's one of those games like. Okay, so what do you guys think about Jurgensen playing today? Because I thought that was weird for me. Like I know Sanchez had a howler last game, but
I don't think
was
you
it
say
enough to
howler?
merit him to?
Like he was bad, but like we've seen him have worse games than start under Rafinha. Like he was worse in the first leg of the Carabao Cup final. That was his worst game under Rafinha. Sure. He then played the next game.
Arsenal. Yeah.
So that was kind of weird. But Jorgensen didn't do anything wrong. Like he was fine today.
Watkins.
Yeah.
One where he went like that with his arm. It was kind of unconventional.
The goal we conceded because I want to see
there was 2 moments that like obviously one didn't matter as much, but there were 2 moments that were like good on one side and bad on the other in terms of for the goal that's offside, he probably could do better with the save, but it didn't matter in the end. Yeah. And then there was one moment in the second half that he did really well on where it was the one where we gave the ball away and it goes to Watkins and he closes the angle down really well, so Watkins has to cut back inside. And then Chalobah kind of comes across and wins the challenge.
That was when Hato played the pass short. Yes. And they were I remember that. He had a couple of derby moments on the ball too, Scott, where there was one in the second half. I mean, the game was already out of reach, but there was one where, because I know that the instruction, because Sanchez was doing the same thing, is the instruction is to invite the pressure, attract the man, and then find the free man. There was one where Villa closed him down, and he turns his back to shield the ball, and I'm like, bro, you're the fucking keeper. You can't turn your back when you have the ball. You can't turn your back to goal when you have the ball at your feet. But luckily,
he does as well.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that he is way more, how do I word this? He's way more like want to do this. Is that pass in between the strikers, like or just like to whoever the central midfielder is, and more often than not, it's Caicedo. But like he is way more riskier with his passing than Sanchez is, and that seems weird to say because we know how like off Sanchez's passing can be. But some of his passes are risky. Like they worked. There was one that kind of didn't. Like I think Caicedo like passed it away and then turned to say something to him. Yeah, I think there was one where Caicedo had to say something to him because it's risky. But yeah, he is way more willing to play that pass like in between the lines.
Yeah. I think that's why we're senior. Like I think that he's probably because I saw Penders play the same way at Strasbourg. So I think ideally he would be what the type of profile that Rosenior would want. It's just is cross color. Like Villa's a good team to play him against because Watkins isn't very good in the air. Villa doesn't send in a lot of crosses. They're not very good on set pieces.
Last time we played them,
yeah, but that was more of just like bonehead mistakes. But like if you're doing the game plan, like you would think that he would be a little bit calmer in a situation like this. But yeah, I agree. He definitely fucked the last game when we played Villa.
By the way, Chris, the reason why I just reacted the way I did because I just noticed if Douglas Luiz shot this like a normal shot, Reece James probably blocks it.
Well,
no, that's because Douglas Luiz did this.
Look at that finish! Like that's a crazy finish in traffic.
It is. It is a crazy finish.
No, but the keeper expected it.
I don't. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna crash it on Jurgensen for that.
You can't even crash it on Reece because Reece is there.
Yeah. It's more so maybe on Fofana for letting Ollie Watkins get in front of him.
Yeah,
like right here.
And Hato whoever. Yeah, I think it was Hato.
Yeah, Hato didn't get to the cross. Yeah. He was like a step behind, and then this one where Fofana, you got done here, boy.
Yeah, he got dummy. That was a nice dummy by Watkins.
It was.
Yeah. That was it was a good goal. Like I'm not gonna lie, watching that live, I was just like, what are we? Yeah, good. I was like, what are we?
It was so early in the game too. I wouldn't even have time to react. I didn't have time for my mind to establish I'm watching a Chelsea game.
Eating his cereal.
I wasn't even eating cereal.
Yeah, somebody in one of my group chats that was at the game, Scott probably saw it, was like, they were like, yo, I'm not even at my seat yet. And we're down 1-0. I was like,
it's crazy how quick that goal happened, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, it was just that moment where like, God damn it, Chelsea, like, pick up your shit. Because outside of the goal, I think Hato was relatively good. He even had that one moment. That one moment, he thought he was Neo from the Matrix. He stopped time and he was just doing the dribble in the box and had Mings like on strings, and he didn't score, but like, you know, still, you know, he had a good.
Yeah, that was the one he dragged. He dragged like with his right foot. He dragged it a little wide.
Yeah. He dragged it a bit wide, and you know, but kudos to him. Outside of that, like, he had a good game, but yeah, he got beat in this moment here by Liam Bailey.
No, I thought he did.
It's Leon Bailey, not Liam Bailey, mate.
Leon. Listen, he lost it.
Liam is Liam. Leon is.
Listen, he don't get the respect of me actually saying his name, man. Today, he's just
when it's Mark,
you know, Dimitri.
When did Aston Villa become dishated? I'm so confused, bro.
I don't hate.
It's just me. No, you know what it is, KG. You missed it. You just missed it. You missed it. Because in December when we lost to these guys, in December when we lost to this team, I was gaslit by my chat and by Twitter that our season is done. Villa are 14 points ahead of us. All this bullshit. And now I'm looking at that table. They're one game ahead of us. All these guys that love to do results-based analysis. Oh, this is how shit we are. It's like, okay, we can talk now, but let's talk at the end of the season.
There were
see where they are
lot
at the end
of
of the
people
season.
that
Listen, Chelsea fans, we always like overreact, especially early season as well. Like,
there were a lot of people that were like, "This
like
Chelsea should never be
all
9
that player
points
shit.
behind
Like,
Villa."
I just
games,
held the
shit.
energy. I'm just giving the energy back. You know, I held it for this long. I'm just trying to give it back.
Let's see it
All
this
right,
season.
let me just say really quickly. I know I wasn't here. I was doing something
Talk to me.
downstairs. Yeah, just about some of the goals that JOAO Pedro scored today. You know, I want to give him credit for scoring tap-ins because, you know, for some of us, you know, it's been a very hard time to scoring tap-ins. I'm just gonna be honest.
You want to go over the second goal because we just went
That
over
was
the
a
first
chip.
goal.
How dare you say that's a tap in?
No, I want to credit some of his tap-ins because, like, you know, for some of us, man, we needed to do a game-winning tap-in.
Every goal.
And listen, some of us can't score
That's
game-winning
definitely not a
tap-ins.
tap-in. I'll be so
That's-
real.
That's a
that's-
lovely
that's
finish.
No,
But this
I'm
is
talking-
a tap-in. This is a tap-in.
I was talking
the
about
first one.
Okay.
No, he scored 2 tap-ins. The first one and his third one
Yeah, the
was
first
a
one.
tap-in. Yeah, the reason why I'm talking about the first and third one as tap-ins, I'm giving the credit for, you know, a certain game against Leeds, we just needed a tap-in to win, and someone didn't do that. So I just want to give him credit, you know, as a striker for doing
Why
that.
are you
we
always
talking
bringing
about?
up old shit, man? Always bringing
Wait,
up
who you
old
talking
shit.
about?
We need to remember, man. You know what I mean? What is it?
missed the
What is
tap-in
it they
against
say in Game
Leeds?
of Thrones?
Cole
What is it they
Palmer
say-
at the end. Remember?
Wow.
You know what they say in Game of
They
Thrones,
say a lot
right?
in
The
Game of
North,
Thrones. What
Bruh.
they say the North remembers. You know what I mean?
What?
Okay.
You know, they say the North remembers, innit? In Game of Thrones.
Jamie
I'm just saying.
Lannister.
Yo, you need to calm down because you're in London. You might run into Cole Palmer in the street and he'll be like, "What? What?"
Balaclava on. Yeah. Chippy chips. At the
Chest to
chippy
chest.
chip.
Listen, British
He's talking
Nation,
shit, bro.
British Nation, I'll always be honest. There's no honesty is the best policy, man.
You gotta step
man.
on your
Honest with a
crocodile shoes,
smile.
bro. Be like,
And then
what
then
are you
the
gonna
next
do about
we
it?
see Ahmed looking like Casemiro today with the little mouse underneath his eyes. Yo, you got Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer. I'm not gonna lie, you can't beat up Cole Palmer, man. Hey, unless he kicks you.
Listen, British Nation is a former boxer. If you know, you know. I'm not even kidding. I'm a former boxer. I used to play
Interesting way to carry your trophy there.
Got no buckets, so put it there.
You know, the thing is, you know it is, man. Cole Palmer has a few Somalis in it, so I might be a little bit in trouble on that one still, because you know, I might be a little bit in trouble. The man, I might be getting a phone call from some of my cousins in Manchester.
So yeah, Palmer then scored this goal. This is a brilliant like little assist from Enzo, taking out 3 players there. The chip. If this was Jackson last season, we already know what happens.
Jackson would just try to boot it straight into the goal. That's what we do.
Yeah,
generally.
I feel like he tried to take him
power
out.
on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He tried.
Jackson.
That's what I was saying. Like he would generally just try to boot it. I just think for me, listen, we need to give credit obviously to JOAO Pedro. I almost said something else there again. Great chip there. You know what I mean? Efficient job there from him. Again, but like I look at Aston Villa again, the way their players are playing, it's just again, as you keep using the term zero chemistry. but that's what they're playing like. They're playing like they've never played with each other before. Like Tyrone Mings and Konsa have played quite a lot of games with each other, bro. I'm confused. Why they play like they've got zero chemistry between them.
And Emery puts those two guys on the halfway line. Like Tyrone Mings can't run, and he puts them up. Yeah, I don't get it.
Let's look at this play.
I know a couple of Villa fans, and they've been.
You're not wrong, KG.
They've been upset with Unai Emery and the way not only his player selection but also his tactics and like
this is Caicedo, right?
Yeah.
What happened to Torres, by the way? What happened to Pau Torres? Because Pau Torres was
injured, he might be injured.
I thought you were gonna say Fernando Torres. Then.
From the moment Caicedo passes it, look at where the defenders are.
Yeah.
Mings is right here. I can't tell who that is. I think that might be Konsa.
That's Konsa. Yeah. So it's pretty much man to man, but nobody. Look at Cole Palmer in the middle.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God! Look at all the space. This is where Palmer thrives. All the space.
Yeah.
This is why today he was pulling off those passes.
He did have a lot of space today, especially.
He had so much space. He was pulling off all this. The pass he loved pulling off today was from here to and for this goal particularly.
He gets more space on the right side too. I think. Last game he played on left and central.
He does this right when he has the space and the time. That pass, man, the pass through Garnacho, it was always there. Yeah. And Garnacho always making the run.
That was a beautiful ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Him and Enzo, like when you have games like this where you have space, they thrive.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Who else thought that Garnacho was going to be selfish in that moment and shoot?
I did. I actually didn't think he was going to be selfish. I thought.
No.
You know he almost tripped over, right?
Yeah. He was slipping a lot.
Trip over.
Like,
he likes to slip. I don't know why.
He tripped over his own feet.
Brother, get the stats.
You know, I wanted to say real quickly. I want to give credit to a certain player that I respect deeply, that I've been praising deeply, that I've been given a lot of props for, and that is JOAO Hato.
Oh.
JOAO Hato, man. I think he deserves a lot of praise, man, for the performance he's been giving.
Good.
He's been playing. I think Kukureya's chain is in danger, man. That's what I'm saying.
Ahmed forgot. Ahmed pulled a Neto. He forgot he was already on the yellow. So there we go.
Ahmed just can't help it.
Sent off.
You will say like 2 or 3 reasonable conversations, and everybody will be like, "Yeah, Ahmed's spitting facts," and then you say something mad like that, and we're all like, "What the fuck, Ahmed?"
Nah, he always has an agenda. He's just gonna spring on us like that.
Ahmed, fans like you is the reason we have a discipline issue. Fans like you, man, you're the reason we have a discipline issue. And then fans like KG is the reason we can't have working cameras.
I don't know. I think this man just done, by the way. He's playing Hato more consistently.
You're good now.
We've barely seen Hato play this season, and now he's playing quite consistent. Yeah, I guess Kukureya's been injured, but he's shown he could be a great backup instead of just using Gusto at left back or something.
Yeah. No, and the thing is, he's 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. He's 19, and for the most part, most of the games we've seen him, at least in recent time, he looks calm. He looks calm. He doesn't look like he's losing his head or getting frustrated by whatever winger he's up against. He keeps himself composed, which I think is helpful for the rest of the defensive line, right? When you have a defensive partner there that, all right, I'm not going to worry about you. You're calm. You're not going to do anything rash. You're not going to make any crazy tackles. Keep it simple. Clear it when you got to clear it. Pass the ball when you got to pass the ball. And make the runs when you got to make the runs. He was calm. He was calm, man. And I got to respect that, especially for someone his age. Him and Mamadou Sarr have that energy about him, have that gene of just we're not going to freak out when the ball's here. We can stay focused and calm, which
last game,
I respect.
He was definitely our best left back. Best defender, sorry, against Arsenal as well. Today, again, he was solid, so I don't know who does say our best defender was today. Maybe
Chalobah.
him or Chalobah. Yeah,
It definitely wasn't
Chalobah was quite good for.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be honest, it was Chalobah. And Prime has said this before, and I think after today I agree. Chalobah has been arguably one of our best centre backs this season.
Yeah. I'd probably say
it's not
he has ever since Fofana came back, everyone wanted to big Fofana up. Chalobah's been better than him.
Yeah, I think it's Scott. I think it's the first defender that you put on the team sheet. I think it's Chalobah.
He has been
in terms of
center backs too.
I'll be honest. I think we've got to a point where, depending on how you view some other players in the squad going forward for next season,
Yeah.
There's a chance that you keep Chalobah over Fofana. I think it's actually incredibly likely that you keep
I
Chalobah.
I would love to.
When
Get rid
owners
of
look at like
Fofana.
pure profit of Chalobah though.
No, because Chris, he's just better. Like for me, next season, I've already
would
said this
keep
before. I think we need.
Chalobah.
I think we need 4 centre backs in the squad. Colwell is one of them. He's the starting left centre back when fit.
Yeah.
I think Sarr is his backup, or you potentially have Sarr as the right centre back backup, depending on if you want to get someone else in at left centre back, like Murillo. But then your right centre back, your backup right centre back potentially next season is either Josh, or if you think he needs a loan, it's Chalobah.
I think
Okay.
I would loan
as a
Josh.
backup.
I'm gonna be honest.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
disagree
be.
with
I'm gonna be honest. Thank you, Chalobah. You know what? You've done a Sanchez for me this season. You've really made sure to maintain and increase that value. It's time to go. I'm not hearing this, bro. I'm not hearing this.
No, hold on. EPL Turf put a comment in there about revisionism. There's no revisionism on Trev.
No, there's no
We need
revisionism.
to upgrade. Like we need to upgrade on Trev.
All of us
So
on this
Trev has to
panel.
go.
Hey, I've always liked
No, all of
Chalobah
us
as
in
a
this
backup,
panel,
by the way.
KG, you included, we've all said like Chalobah for Chelsea, at prime Chelsea, he's a squad player at best, right?
I agree.
Like he and that's what Scott's saying as a backup center back, as a, like not a starter.
I don't think, but
a squad player.
the reason why it doesn't work like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, is because of the guys that we now have brought into the team, like the guys that we've brought in via transfers.
What do you mean? It does work like
Wait, hear me out before we go into this. We've brought in an Anselmino. We've brought in a Mamadou Sarr. Right? You can say that, bro, but the club's not saying that, bro. Okay,
brother. Ahmed, tell Anselmino to complete 45 minutes and then we can talk.
I get that, man, but the reality, we need to also look at this from the club perspective. They brought in Anselmino.
What do you mean the club perspective? They brought in a guy that doesn't fucking play football because he spends more time playing Fortnite.
Okay, yes, but at the same time, that's all. Listen, that's all well and good. That's all well and good, Scott. But again, we come back to the same issue. They've been trying to sell Chalobah on a consistent basis since he's been at the club.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
fine. Objectively, and that's still gonna be objectively the case.
Okay,
I think
everybody's fine with it.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that too. But I'm just saying, that's why for me, it's more likely. There's more likely that he gets sold this summer, right? If they want, because again of the guys that they've brought into the team.
I'm fine with that as long as they upgrade on him.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, again, Armin. My thing is like. I'm fine with him going. It depends on what they want to do going forward. Like, if the club are saying, and I say saying, if the club show that next season Josh is going to get significant minutes at centre back, I'm calm with selling Chalobah because then Josh is my right centre back.
I agree.
If the plan is either to have Josh as the backup right back and you're selling Gusto, I'm cool with that. Then you can keep Chalobah. I'm not keeping Selmino. Or if the plan is to loan Josh out, again, I'm keeping Chalobah. Because if you sell Chalobah, who's the backup to whoever the right centre back is that we need? Because right now we need a right centre back. Who's the backup to that right centre back next?
The answer, I think the answer is you already know the answer to this question. It is it's internal solutions. I hate to say it like this, but I'm gonna wait. Okay. Let me hear. I understand what you're about to say. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this. Okay, first, chill. It's gonna be Mamadou Sarr and it's going to be Achimpong. One of those two is going to be the starter and the other one's going to be the backup. That's the way it's going to be. Because what they did...
loaning out Achimpong.
Achimpong's probably going to get loaned out. Let's be honest.
No, I don't think he's going to get loaned out. Because
they had the season he's had this season where he's not going to get
because
his dad's kind of writing another book already. Like, what are we doing?
It is because they want to. The whole point of them signing Achimpong to that contract was that we're gonna give you more game time. Yes, and the whole point of giving you more playing time means what? We're gonna make sure you start games consistently. And how do you do that? What did they do last year? What did they do this summer to make sure some of these guys that they brought in got in enough game time? They made sure to sell the guys that could start above them, right? And
from that angle, I could see.
Yes, right.
So you're just saying what the club would do, not what Ahmed Bridge Nation would do.
Yeah. I'm not saying that. Yeah, because this is why I have to And bring everyone down.
Sometimes what the club says and what the Bridge Nation says kind of aligns a little bit too
just
closely.
together,
But
yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about the way you sit in your chair when that.
Fair enough. No, because the thing is, I understand. Like, I think for me, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Gusto again gets sold this summer. I think they like Gusto. They at the end of the day, they just see Gusto as a Swiss Army knife backup. That's the best way they see Gusto, right?
Maybe, yeah.
That's essentially what they see him as, because Reece James is their alpha, he's essentially their beta. Okay, that's the whole point. That's the best way to put it. No. It's that,
No, I know what you're saying, because in theory, like Gusto's purchase in theory was the smart thing to do, right? We've got an injury-prone right back. We need somebody that's capable, and it just so happens that although he sucks at left back, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not a Gusto fan at all. I would love to sell him, but I get what his need. But just real quick to touch back on what Scott says. Scott, I think we need to carry 5 center backs next year, and hear me out before you say Scott. Only because you got Colwell coming back from ACL, and if Fofana's still here, he's a walking injury at any time. So I just think from an availability standpoint, that would prevent us from seeing Reece in center back. Maybe some of these other players that are like Hato going into the center back role when he's a little bit too lightweight. So I don't know. But it all depends too if who goes out. Does Chalobah go out? Does Josh go out on loan? You know what I mean? They're gonna have to make some. I mean, I don't think they're tough decisions based off their center backs. Like I think you easily say 15-20 million for Badiashile, you can get the fuck on. Fofana, if you can find anybody that will take him on that 200K a week, he can go. Trev, if the right price comes in, it looks lovely on the books, he can go. But then it's like, do we want to go in next season with our backup center backs being 2 kids? Because if you do that, and I like what I've seen from Sar so far, I would personally love for Josh to go out on loan and just to play every week and then come back to a stronger, more experienced. But I'm just like, yo, that's a lot of kids. Like that's top 4 right back in it.
Can I be honest?
You always say that. We know you're going to be honest.
No, lie to me. No, lie. Lie to me. No, don't be honest. Lie to me.
That doesn't go well in second.
If you need me to like a lie, don't. We can look at it.
I think there's a few things with this, to be fair. I think KG, I agree with you. I think if they keep Fofana, we do need 5 centre backs.
Yeah.
But that's why, everything I'm saying, by the way, I am fully aware that certain things I'm saying are not going to happen. But this is what I would do. Like, I would get rid of Fofana and have 4 centre backs because that's all you need. Like, we see this season, even with having 5 centre backs and one of them being injury prone, our 5th choice centre back is getting next to no minutes. He is starting 1 game at centre back every 3 months. With 2 injury-prone centre-backs. So I think that for me, you only need 4, and then the 5th one is an auxiliary centre-back, kind of like what Arsenal have, right? Their 5th choice centre-back, quote-unquote, is either Timber, Ben White, not Hincapié, Calafiori, or someone like that playing centre-back, Norgard playing centre-back.
Isn't Hincapié a centre-back by trade, or is he more of a left-back by trade?
I know for Ecuador he plays left back, but by Leverkusen he plays centre back.
Let us know Hincapié's real position.
I have no idea because I know for Ecuador he
was a centre back.
I don't know because I've seen him play both. But either way, right? So he's their 4th choice centre back, or he's their backup left centre back. They then have one of like Timber, White, or Calafiori as their like 5th choice who can step in if need be in an injury. That's what we'd have. Like that would be Hato for us. That would be. You know, depending on who we had at right back, for example, that could be a Kukurea maybe or whatever, right? But yeah, so that's why for me, I'd sell Fofana regardless because of the whole,
Please, Marseille, you start like a GoFundMe. Marseille, let's put a QR code up here for a GoFundMe for Marseille so they can raise the fund.
Yeah, please get Fofana on my team.
But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I would go for 4. But like I can if Fofana says it needs to be 5. The other thing I'd say on the Josh thing, and Daniel made this point on Lewis's stream, the only worry I have about Josh going out on loan is if he goes out on loan and plays for a Premier League club and plays well, you are probably going to have to sell him the next season or give him real minutes.
Yeah,
so that's
Strasbourg is
that's my only worry in terms of because my like ideal perfect scenario in the summer would be going to get Lacroix as a right centre back next to Colwell.
Okay.
And then if he's going to be the right centre back, if like Chalobah is his backup, for example, say, and Josh is on loan, is Josh going to come back from loan and be cool with holding bench after just playing a season in the Premier League, like behind Lacroix, where Lacroix is going to play 90% of the games?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my only worry. I just prefer to keep Josh and have him as the backup right centre back next season, for me personally, and have Sarr as the backup left centre back.
Yeah, I mean,
is how I see it personally.
That's the ideal situation, but I just think, Josh's father and Josh as well are going to throw enough of a fuss to get a loan because he needs play time. I think this season he was promised a certain amount of play time and he's not gotten it.
But that's why I have him as backup right centre back, because he can still play minutes. The problem with this season is, like I said, he's third choice right back and like fifth or sixth choice centre back. And instead of giving him minutes that he should be getting, like today, what the fuck is Tossing coming on?
But hold on,
we're 4-1 up.
Okay.
Why is no? Why
no? I get the Tosin one. I understand that, but like,
no, we need to sell him.
Yes, Tosin needs to go. But
this,
you said backup right center back though. Like when Levi Colwell is back, is who's the backup for Levi?
Sarr.
So you're saying Fofana doesn't start next season? It's Chalobah.
Josh will be back.
Did you not listen to me? I said I'm selling Fofana because he's injury prone and he's kind of mid anyway.
I just don't think Fofana gets sold. That's the thing.
Yeah. Again, I'm fully aware of that, brother, because they invested 70 million into this guy. Who the fuck is buying him? He's on 200k a week. I'm under no illusion that Fofana is probably here next season.
Don't worry, man. I promise you, Marseille, they need a centre back.
Where's the money? We need the money.
If Marseille in that broke ass league can drum up the money for his wages, then calm. They're not going.
You're begging for Mandan from that league, by the way. That's
what we need. We need him to get another speeding ticket.
That doesn't change it to
travel in the UK.
This Ahmed guy.
What I just said doesn't negate the fact it's a broke ass league. They're broke.
And they need to buy from us. We're buying their players, but we have the money.
Keep hating, man. Keep hating.
As I was saying before, I'm under no illusion that, like, certain guys I want to sell next season in the summer are not going to get sold. Gusto's still going to be here next season. He's still going to piss me off next season. I'm aware of that. I've accepted it. I'm still trying. I would still
get sold, but I don't know.
No, he won't. There's no chance.
Marshall,
it depends on Achenpong. I think there's a lot of it.
There is a zero. I'm telling you right now, Marshall. There is a infinitesimal 0% chance Gusto in particular gets sold, because we also keep forgetting Reece James.
Real Madrid come for him.
Reece James currently. I want you to understand something. Reece James still has yet to sign a contract.
Don't worry.
You know what's crazy though?
Don't worry, Ahmed. He's gonna sign.
He's going to Madrid, bro.
No, but Reece
managers that would.
I know you want him gone so you can watch your bum Gusto like start, but like he ain't going.
I have moved on from Gusto, respect me.
I think a lot of managers would like Maresca like Gusto, Poch like Gusto, even Rostinho. Like, I think even though we don't like him, as I won't say everybody, I'll just say myself in this instance, but I think there's managers out there that think that they're like, you know what, I can save that hope.
I was gonna say, like,
no, because like, Scott, before you go, onto your point, right? We're talking about the building of the squad. In my head, the reason I bring up Achenpong, right, is because I don't know what to believe. Do you guys at Blue Code genuinely want Achenpong to stay at Chelsea, and you genuinely want him to play more minutes? So if that's the case, you know, you have to figure out what you want to do with Fofana, and you have to figure out what you want to do with Gusto. Either or. Because if Gusto goes, you can have Achenpong be a backup to Reece James, which I'm totally cool with. He's a right back after all. Or if Fofana goes, you can have him be a backup to
They've given you the answer. They've given you the answer already. Do you know what the answer is, Marshall? They've told you that, and if you look at the way he's played under vast majority of the time under Maresca, I know obviously under what's his name, Rostin, is a bit different because he's just trying to get players to play games essentially, but he's essentially played him as a right centre back. That's the whole thing. The right back stuff has always been for.
He's proven both.
the vast majority of the time under Maresca, he's played right centre back. Obviously under Rossini, I think it's a bit different because again,
the centre back thing was more of like internal solutions.
I think based on what I could be wrong, and someone in the chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. I swear there was a comment from Rossini at some point since he came in saying he sees as him.
He's going to be.
I remember that.
But he wants him to play. All of them to get used to.
He would be fantastic as a right-sided center back in a 3, where he can get forward a little bit, and then he can still use that recovery pace, because that's what, like, right now while he's still learning. Because I feel like at center back, because I'm a big fan of what Marshall said too. Of I like him more as a right back, just because if he's still learning the center back position, it's so much mentally to the game, right? When to step, when to follow somebody in the midfield, when to drop off.
You gotta look at your wide areas, your front.
He's got all the physical attributes of, if he makes a mistake, he can recover because he's pacey, he's got strides, and he's got a good tackle in him. But I'm just like, man, if we played a back 3 and you really trained him to be that right-sided center back, he would be fantastic because he's got the height. He's going to grow into his body. He's only going to get stronger. He's only going to get better with more experience. But I'm of the same point where I think that it's going to be Josh asking to go out on loan as opposed to keeping him here, because I think he's going to want to play considering where he's at in his career.
He did that in the summer.
Yeah.
I think what happened, I'll be honest with you boys, if you look at the way that stuff has been occurring, right? One of the reasons why was Maresca one of the reasons he got sacked? One of the main reasons he got sacked, right, was because he wasn't playing some of these guys, right? If it's what's alleged to be true, why are we not playing a Hato, for example? Why are we not playing a Champon, etc., right? That's why, right? So clearly, there is an inside club directive of we need to be giving some of these younger guys more and increased minutes, right? There's something going on there where they want these guys to get minutes. So clearly, the club itself is willing to make that thing happen. I've said this before. Last year, they did a lot of trimming of the squad to be able to get some of these younger guys to play. That's also an objective truth.
I don't think they did. In defense, I don't.
No, maybe not in defense, obviously, but I'm talking about other positions, right? If you look at the left wing position, right, they made sure that Gittins and Garnacho were going to be either 1A or 1B essentially in that position, right? We can hate that all we want, but that's what they made sure to make happen. Even Esteval, right? They made sure it was going to be Palmer in the right wing, right, or he's Palmer in the 10, and there's going to be Neto and him. That's it on that right wing, or Neto or Esteval can obviously play behind one of those two. So they've clearly done things where they've made sure positionally some of these young guys that we have are available for spots. Even Santos. When you brought Santos in, what did you make sure? We had Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo, and he was the 4th man. And
what's funny about Santos, Ahmed, is as soon as Santos starts playing, Lavia's like, you know what? I'm starting to feel good. I'm
exactly.
I'm going to play a little bit. And you see Lavia put the ball up off that back line.
But like the point, But like I just think the general point I'm trying to make is that the club is very smart enough. The club clearly will do those things if they want players to play. I think for me, it's more likely. I feel like this already. Tosin is already a free money fee. You need to, because you bought him for 0. Whatever you sell it for
20 mil or something out of him.
Even 10, 15,
20 million for him.
Whatever you get from him, that's going to be pure profit for you. Pure profit for you, right? That's one guy gone out of the table. Now, Fofana and Trevor Chalobah, I really do believe after this season, they're going to make sure Trevor can go. And I'll be honest with you,
I agree. I think Chalobah is gone in the summer because, I think him and Tosin are, because both of them in the summer have 2 years left. Not even that. They both have 2 years left come the summer, and I think it's already been brought up or spoken about previously, and there's been reports of they don't want guys getting under 2 years without either a new deal being agreed or them leaving, because they don't want to get to a situation that they had under.
What's Trevor on wage-wise? Like, it can't be more than.
I don't think it's that much.
I doubt he's on a lot.
Is he still on like his Is he still on like the 50K a week thing that Mount and them?
Nah, he can't be because
I don't know because I don't remember us giving him like a contract. Was it called extension or anything like that? Do you remember that?
We did that first season when Boley was director. In that January we did.
I think he's on 90K. I'm gonna say 90.
Oh, it's less than that. According to Capology, and it's not been verified. because like they have basically like check marks next to people's wages that have been verified.
Yeah.
According to Capology, he's on 50k.
So he's on his basically. So he's still on his primary contract.
That's before, but that's base wage. That's without bonuses.
Bro, by the way, that 50k, I think you need to understand. Yeah, that's what they were giving out to Gallagher and Mount when they signed their main contract. By the way,
he's on the same amount as Mark Hugh, by the way.
That's the straight out. That's the straight out com deal that they were giving under Abramovich, by the way.
Literally, needs to fire his agent, or Mark Hughley needs to give a raise to his agent, because there is no way that those two should be on the same wage.
Well, KG, I like you got to remember though. At the time he got that extension, Thiago Silva was still at the club.
Yeah,
I don't think Fofana was out for the whole entire season yet. And they had just gotten him. So there's like context. He was still like a bench player for the most part. Like he wasn't getting that many minutes. He was like a squad player. So at the time he got that contract, he wasn't at the level he was at now. Like now he's like a starter.
Yeah.
You know, even
that should make him very advantageous from the buyer's side, right? So like 50k in 2026 in the Premier League is nothing for a decent squad player, decent depth.
But the thing is, we say that, but I look at well, not necessarily this summer, but the previous summer. You know when he wanted out, he had 4 years left in his deal. He still had 50k a week on it. Yeah. But then there was no buyers, bro. That one was a bit confusing to me because I was like, he clearly, you know, there's value for money there, and yet there was no movement for him. Do you remember? And that was when the club was pushing for him to go. They were. Go to the advanced squad. We ain't speaking to you. We ain't chatting to you. They were doing it all, and he wasn't leaving at that point in time.
Gone just because I felt bad for him at this point.
Yeah, but like a mid-table club, like he was perfect at Palace. Like he was good at Palace, being a right-sided center back, being their third or fourth choice center back with Richards, Gay at the time, and I think LaCroix had just gotten there, and maybe they had just gotten rid of Anderson, who went to Fulham.
Yes.
Somebody
it was him, Gurhi, and it was him, Gurhi, and obviously
Lacroix just joined.
Richards was behind him in the pecking order.
Richards was behind him.
Who's like a Brentford, like a club that's an established.
But that wasn't what he wanted at the time.
Him. I don't know if
I remember this. I think I remember now because the reason was he was thinking that he was bigger than those clubs. That's why he only went there,
right? Forest wanted him, and he was like, "I'm too big for Forest."
I think that I say Forest was the one. I think either we got an offer or he got an offer from Forest, and he turned it down because he wanted to.
No. So we agreed a fee with Forest, and then we presented it to Forest. Then came to him obviously to like agree, contract terms, and he said no, I want to go to Forest.
I think regardless of like what this conversation is showing is we need to sort out the hierarchy and what we're doing with these centre backs, because you cannot go into next season with your starting two centre backs being an injury prone centre back and a guy coming off an ACL. That cannot happen. But at the same time, it looks as though we're going to sell Trev and Tosin, because I doubt that either of them get new contracts. So that leaves you with
Benoit? If that happens, I feel like we haven't spoken about Benoit at all. Like he's definitely gone, right?
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone as well.
There's the reason why we're not mentioning him. Because he's gone. It's like mentioning Disasi. Do we need to mention Disasi? Like, is he gonna be in? No, he's not.
Because you have the signed kit, and you've expressed such respect for the Brick Nation. Yeah.
You cook much at home? Yeah, I cook very well.
He cooks very well. Come on, man.
You're playing at the San Francisco. Playing well for West Ham.
I would say my thing is with the centre backs is let's just say Badiashile is still here next season, because like I think that at least Trev and Tossen we're going to sell from a fact of the contract thing, right?
Yeah.
That means you're going into next season without getting any centre backs, with that being Colwill, Fofana, Badiashile, Sarr, and potentially Anselmino. 4 of the 5 of which have had injury problems within the last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that tells me a centre back is coming in. Now, who that is, I don't know, but because then if you say we sell Badiashile, cool. That means you got 4 centre backs, 2 of which are 19, 20, and 3 of which have had injury issues.
I can tell you one of the centre backs already. It's the centre back from Nantes. Okay, get ready. He's coming in. 30 million. I forget his name. It was the guy that we tried to buy after the deal for what's his name? JK fell through from Rennes.
How old is this guy? Is he 19, 20?
You know it. That's it, man. You know it.
The other one I could see us going back in for, which I think would be a good move.
He said Malang Sarr.
The other one, which I think we will go for because there's been heavy interest to him in it, and I think it depends on what happens with the relegation battle. And I think this would be a really good move as a backup to Cole as Murillo.
Yeah. Okay, Scott, we agree. We agree. I like Murillo.
Did you see his clearance today, Scott? Off the like.
I didn't know. No, I didn't.
Didn't know. City would have scored at the end.
I think
and Murillo
going
cleared
back
off
to
the
what you
line.
were saying, man.
I don't want Murillo.
I think having Murillo Cole, I think would be really good. I think I think there's a few things you get from Murillo. Number one, I think you get the aerial ability, even though he's 5'10", 5'11", he's still got a leap on him, which means he's good aerially. The other thing I would say is as well is this kind of fixes what you said earlier, Ahmed, of if you still want Chalobah to leave, but you want to loan out Josh as well, cool. If you get Murillo in, all of a sudden Sarr becomes the backup right centre back, and you just need to go and get a starter in that position.
Murillo's left-footed, right?
Yes, so he'd be the backup to Colwell, or he'd be the guy that you can play instead of Colwell if Colwell needs a little bit longer to get back to his best.
Let me ask you this though, Scott. Do you think if you're Murillo, would you come here knowing that Levi Colwell is already in your position? Like, I feel like Murillo would want to go somewhere to a big club where he's going to.
I think it depends on.
Yeah.
I think it depends on two things. I think it depends on if they're relegated or not. Because if they're relegated, he's not going to give a shit.
Yeah.
Secondly, I think it depends on if he gets other offers. Because I agree. If he gets an offer from, let's say, us or like United, for example, and like Maguire leaves, they've got Delict, but they're not convinced on JOAO starting next to him. Martinez maybe leaves. He's probably going to be a starter there. So then I agree. I think it depends on if they get relegated. Because if they stay up, I think it's a lot harder to get him. Yeah. Or I think it's a case of who else comes in for him. Because if he gets no other offers and they get relegated, what's he going to do? Stay in the championship?
Scott, I was going to say, what about Liverpool? Because they need a heir apparent to Van Dijk, and they've been rumored with Van de Ven. But if Spurs quote 100 million or 50, 75 million for Van de Ven, which is outrageous, by the way, because I think he's vastly overrated. But if that's the sort of profile that they're looking for, would Murillo, if you're Murillo, would you rather go to Liverpool or would you rather go to Chelsea? I think he'd rather go to Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%. He would rather go to Liverpool, but yeah, that depends on if they come in.
They give him more money, wages, and I think that his 100%. Pathway to being the left-sided center back locked down is clearer than. Well, he would go there, and depending on whether Van Dijk can play on the right, because I know he primarily plays on the left, there's a potential he goes into that team and becomes the starter immediately. Or you know what? If they do the smart thing and they get rid of that bald fraud slot and they bring in Xabi Alonso and he plays with a back three, imagine having like that left back three of Konate right-sided center back, Van Dijk in the middle, and then Murillo at left-sided center back. Yo, that's a crazy physical center back. Like,
I agree. By the way, on a side note, I think Konate's gone. I think he goes Real Madrid in the summer.
Yeah. I would love for us to put in for Konate. I know we'd never be able to meet his wage demands, but as like somebody that can bridge the gap between a Sarr or an Achapong, like, and an understudy, like that would be somebody like him, Upamecano, that's just, kind of in their peak now, but only has like 3 to 4 years of like good high level football left. And then you say, Josh, Sarr, you're going to learn off this guy, and then you're going to get the backup minutes behind him and just play. But we'll never do that because we're not a logical club.
We do need to work, like I said, we need to work out what the centre back situation looks like, because realistically speaking, currently we only have like 2 reliable centre backs in the team in terms of that aren't fucked in some way, and one of them we're trying to sell, or we might be selling. So, and the other one's 19. So,
I'm ready. I'm ready to suffer with a Champong and Sarr. I said this before.
Oh, so am I, bro. don't mind. That's why I want them as backups next season. Because if you're going to,
I want them to be starters instead. I'm willing for them to be
starters. You can't start 2 19-year-olds.
I'm not ready.
That's what I keep telling him, Scott.
I don't care. I want you to understand something,
Ahmed,
bro.
You say that until hold on, Scott, hold on. I gotta address this. Hold up. Time out. Because you say that you don't care, right? And I get where you're coming from because you want to rebuild and you know the potential of these players. I get that argument, but I always tell you, Ahmed, you're gonna start caring once we start losing games for stupid mistakes that the youngsters do. And you just said, not even how long was stream? An hour and 30 minutes ago, you just said, you know what, boys? We need Europe. As fans, we need Europe. So make it make sense, bro.
But
we're not gonna get Europe, but if we're relying on the errors of 19-year-olds, bro.
Okay, no. You know, at the time I said, I think you misquoted me, which is very disrespectful. Again,
no way, bro. I will go back. Go ahead.
Listen, what did I say? I said from a structural and team standpoint, we do not need Europe. We don't need again.
But as Chelsea fans, we do.
But but I understand from a fan perspective that they want Europe. Listen, that's the main thing. That's what I think people need to understand. But for me personally,
even want Europe.
No, but
you
listen,
want Europe because you don't want to see next season without Europe.
I don't mind going to next season without Europe. That's the thing.
So what was the whole shtick about? All right, never mind. Go ahead.
Because you don't understand the point I'm making. I understand the fan perspective of being in Europe, the whole allure of that. That's fine. But I think from a structural standpoint from the team,
Chris, am I lying? Didn't he come into the Discord and saying we need Europe as fans?
No, as a fan, as a fan, we need Europe. I'm not disagreeing with that. But I'm saying from a structural standpoint, bro, if I'm trying to be objective, I'm trying to be like a objective person. I'm looking at the squad. What is needed for real change to happen? You're having Europe is clearly not going to do that, bro.
But let me ask you this though: if you want Josh and you want Sar to play, don't you want the most games possible for Chelsea so that they can play? This is why. That's a good point. This is why for me, there's two reasons for me why Europe is and UCL is of the utmost criticality, right? One, the money issue, right? Like we need. I'm not going to pretend to know all the finances because let me be honest with you, I hate all the financial accounting.
I agree.
Some people are saying we don't have money, so
right. So yeah, there's always the loom of the loss and UEFA and the charges and all that shit, right? So that's one aspect of it. I want the money. Two, I want the games because we're Chelsea fucking Football Club. You need to be playing in high pressure situations. You don't need to. There's no such thing as a fucking free hit at this club. The expectation at this club, whether or not the board and whether or not the directors and the owners think it is, the expectation from the fans is that we compete on all four fronts, or that we at least try to compete on all four fronts, right? I know that the likelihood of us beating PSG and then beating a likes of Liverpool and then potentially beating a Man City, Bayern, or Real Madrid is extremely low. But in order for me to say Cole Palmer's world class, Caicedo's world class, Cucurella's world class, I need to see those guys go up against world class players, and I need to see them get the experience of playing away to PSG, of playing away in the Bernabeu, of playing away in the Allianz when it's a knockout time. Like I need to see how our players react in those situations so that we know who's really about that life. Are you just a Prem type of player, right? Are you just going to be able to just show up when in a Prem game, in an FA Cup game, in a Carabao Cup? No, I need you to when the lights are on and it's a European night, I need to see what the fuck you're made of.
I know this is gonna come off really weird, and I don't even agree with what I'm about to say, but if I'm gonna be, dabbling with the devil advocacy, I to an extent too, you get this chance at Europe this season where we get to see what players are of the level and reliable and can be good enough for the team, and you get to see what players you need to move on or are a liability and are not useful for this team, right? And to an extent, the directors, because I agree with Ahmed, I also agree with KG. It's a double-edged sword. That's the sad reality of it. It is a double-edged sword, because what I was gonna say is, you see this first season in UCL as a director, and you're like, okay, Garnacho was not a good pick for this UCL squad. Gittins wasn't useful for us, so on and so forth. You check the X's and you mark the O's of who wasn't good enough for the squad and who you need to upgrade on for next season if you want to compete back in Champions League. You learned the hard way this season. I hope that's the case, but I'm doubtful. But that's just devil advocacy, right? But on the other hand, what Ahmed is saying is, though, we've already seen these directors and the owners make so many mistakes, and in fact, not even take advantage of the fact that we won the Club World Cup, had a great team to build off of, and what did we do? We downgraded. And as a result of, you know, getting back into UCL, getting into Club World Cup, getting, the Conference League and all that stuff, these directors were rewarded for it.
Yeah.
So what happens if we get back into UCL? Are they going to get rewarded and praised for good work because they were able to maintain?
Yeah.
So to an extent, in order to get these guys out, maybe you want the bad results so that maybe that is a reflection of their work. I don't know, because it's also depending on how competent are our owners. I'm not of the belief that they're very competent.
Yeah.
Like,
if
I was the owner, I could see, like, yeah, results wise we're looking good, but I saw how we struggled this season, and I did say we were going to challenge for the league this season, but we're not doing that. So yeah, maybe we're back in top 4 in UCL and we're in these competitions, but I see the shit work you're doing. I see Garnacho wasn't a good recruitment. Gittins and all that.
I can't lie though. I do think that even though I'm on the similar wavelength to Ahmed on like the Europe thing, I do think at the same time, the idea about the directors is wrong, because we've already seen these guys have been incompetent and failed multiple times. They're still here. Like, whether we get Europe or don't get Europe, they're going to be here next season regardless.
It's on the owners at this point, right?
I was gonna say, I genuinely don't think there's any way outside of finishing in Tottenham places that these directors get sacked.
I agree.
I genuinely do think, because
I don't want to play in that area. I'll be sorry with you.
We finished. Hold on. We finished what, 12th in their first
12th,
season.
6th, and 4th.
Then got 6th in their second season. And then the only reason we got 4th in the third season is because of Maresca, and they got a 6-year contract extension.
All right. I'm glad you said that, because I was worried you were going to say.
We also, like the UCL football, like we also needed to see what we have in Rosinha. Like, just as much as the players need experience, we need to see Rosinha in high pressure situations to know whether or not, if he's the guy moving forward or if he's just the management trainee program next graduate and it's the next Gary O'Neill, whoever's the next guy up.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because on the topic of Arthur, I wanted to ask you guys, did this game instill you with any more confidence in him?
Do you not like Rosinha?
No, okay, let me explain something. Chris.
Confidence
this is what
in
frustrates me.
Okay.
This is what frustrates me about
Put him
Rosinha.
off and stuff like that. I'm thinking, there's little digs here.
There are some little digs, because I'm getting frustrated with this guy, because the mistakes that we're making and not learning from, and the fact that, and again, CP said this perfectly, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. Rather than pick up where Maresca left off, Rosinha decided everyone starts from 0 again. You all have a chance to impress me, and ignoring the fact that we've seen multiple games this season where Tosin has cost us game. We've seen multiple games this season where Garnacho's not been good. That's just an example. He's not been playing Garnacho, but he's not been good. You know, like, we've seen all these silly things. Malo Gusto, for example, like today at right wing, it did end up working out because he got some assists there, but he was diabolical a lot of the time. And it's like,
I'm glad this got brought up, Marshall, because I don't agree fully with something you said earlier. Like, you said that everyone is being given a clean slate and being given the chance to play themselves out. No, the clean slate thing I agree at the start when he first came in. But this idea that everyone's being given the chance to play themselves out of the team, that's not true. That's true for some players, it's not true for others. Because I go back to the same player again. We are 2 games removed from Liam Rosinha in a press conference saying the words, and I'm paraphrasing here, I know who I can trust and who I can't trust in these moments.
Yeah.
2 games later, we've seen 2 appearances of Tosin.
Maybe you can
but they're like they're mop-up appearances. Like they're not him start from like
No,
I didn't care when
you gotta respect the extreme experience.
At 4-1 today, when we brought on Tosin,
I can't.
I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have cared if Villa was so dead, and Villa quit. Like Villa quit today when that 3rd goal went in. They dropped their heads
they did,
and they quit. We could have brought on fucking Sanchez to play center back today, and I would have been like. It is what it is. It's whatever. I get what you're saying. I think what you're saying, Scott. Like, it's a little like I don't like subbing center backs in general, right? Like I don't like I when Amarin used to do it all the time for United, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like center backs need to get into a rhythm in the game. If you throw them in there cold turkey, unless you absolutely have to, right? You get a center back sent off. You got to bring on a center back. You're trying to shore some shit up at the end. You bring on that extra center back. I get it, but
100%.
I know I remember that quote too, and tie it back to what Marshall said about everyone gets a clean slate. I thought at that particular moment everyone did, but then I thought over the next month or so, you started seeing who he trusted, considering the availability of the squad, because the availability of our squad when we took over was very like this guy was out. This guy was sick. This guy came back in. So it was like we haven't had like our bench is absolutely diabolical.
What was our bench today? Let me look at the bench today. Hold on,
I agree, KG. The only thing I'd say about the Tosin thing, I understand your point, but the reason I'm annoyed is because of kind of what I said earlier.
Bring on a kid.
Those minutes should go to Saul or Josh in that instance.
I hear that.
Forward to bring those guys on to give them valuable experience in game time. Like Tosin came on, I think it was the sub was like 70 or 75 minutes, so he's getting 15, 20 minutes. What the fuck is Tosin getting from that? Like, what do you get from Tosin?
Actually, Scott, to be fair, onto your point, we haven't seen Guiu play like. I don't think he's played a single minute for a senior.
He's probably played some.
He was on the bench today.
He played some of the cup, but like in the league, he hasn't.
Maybe that was the last game.
Probably, but like 100%. But like, I also think Delap's the second guy, so I kind of understand that one. No, I understand, but like Delap is still the second push striker. My thing with Tosin is like this guy is 5th choice centre back, really. Like he should be behind at least Sarr. If Josh can't play cool, he should be behind Sarr in the pecking order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Sarr has that's why I'm more like. That's why I'm more annoyed of like they get valuable, they get something from them playing 15, 20 minutes. They get comfortability playing in the Prem, more comfortability.
Unless you, center back. Scott, do you think that Senior had one eye? So once we wrapped the game up, right? Once it was 3-1, do you think he had one eye on not only Wrexham but also on PSG? Because in my mind, if I see Delap starting, if I see JOAO Pedro starting versus Wrexham, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I need to see Delap. I need to see JOAO Pedro with a week's rest.
At least Guiu.
Yeah. It's one of those guys. I don't need to see JOAO Pedro because I want him 100% fully rested and fully fit for PSG away. I
agree with you. I think that's where I think like most of the subs were that in mind. Like that's why I think Gusto came off. That's why I think like JOAO Pedro came off, and Delap came on. I think that's why. Not Enzo, Palmer came off. Oh no, Enzo did come off. Enzo and Palmer came off. I think it was to like with kind of Wrexham in mind in terms of either resting guys, because like Gusto's gonna play against Wrexham, he's gonna start. Delap needs to have is gonna start.
Who do you think starts at left back? Who do you guys think starts at left back? Do you think it's Hato?
Could be Cucurella.
I think it's
Cuckoo, yeah.
Maybe
no, I think it's Hato again, but I think you see Cucurella come on earlier. So I think, he gets like 30 minutes, and then he gets the start against PSG. Is what I think happens. So you're not
PSG straight after.
Yes,
we got PSG next Tuesday or Wednesday, either or.
Yeah, then Newcastle on the weekend.
So that's why I think there. I do think it was.
You have a tough run of fixtures.
Would you trust? Let me ask you this: would you trust? So Hato, I thought he was very calm versus Saka. Like I wasn't.
Even today he was calm as fuck.
Against Arsenal, he's our best defender, our best player.
Would you? Yeah. So this is almost like kind of not a Maresca type of situation, but would you trust? Would you keep one eye forward on like, hey, maybe with Cucurella not being 100%, do I play Cucurella in versus Wrexham and then trust Hato versus PSG, or do you play, because Cucurella obviously probably can't go 90 versus Wrexham, right? But he needs at least, I'd say 30, maybe 45.
Let me look at the schedule.
You get,
So
like,
I don't know. That's a big call because Hato's been playing well.
Okay, so
I agree.
to answer
if-
for my
no, I'm playing
answer, I'll
Cucurella.
say this, KG. We have PSG away for the first leg. I think you can get away with trusting Hato in that game because then you can rely on Cucurella fully fit at home against PSG the week after.
Ready and fully fit.
But no, but the
against
thing
PSG
is,
then?
Marshall, where I disagree is I think if considering Cucurella's just come back from an injury, you're probably in a situation where you have to rotate him and out every other game. At least if you just want to make sure he's not hurt. If that's the case, you have to play Hato in both games against PSG. Or because if you're rotating him out,
Newcastle, Scott, is nestled in between
Yeah.
PSG away and PSG home.
That's what I'm saying.
And that Newcastle game, that's not. I mean, that's just as important as today's. Like every game that we play is going to be a cup final
100%
from here out. So
100%.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
the reason. So this is where I say I would play Cucurella against PSG because I agree. I think Hato can play against Newcastle, and we know he's going to be absolutely fine based on what we've seen so far, especially with their injury concerns. Like I don't even know who played right wing for them today. I don't even know like who was playing for them full stop. So that's where I say play Hato against Wrexham. So then you put Cucurella against PSG away. You then bring Hato back in 3 days later against Newcastle, and then 3 days later you rotate in what's his face Cucurella, because then you've got 4 days later Everton, and then we've got the international break.
Yeah, I'll preface this by saying this is actually a good problem to have, where we have
100%.
two left backs that we are comfortable with at this particular junction to go up against PSG with their dynamic. Like PSG has dynamic wingers, right? Like Doué, Barcola. Like these are guys that Kvaratskhelia that will fully like test you. So that's good problem to have. Big call to make by Rosinha though.
100%. That's why I say like I just think it depends on whether like how much Cucurella can play like in a row. Because like I said, if you can manage him in a sense and you can only play one game a week up to that international break, I think that means that you're then playing Hato against Everton and against Newcastle, which I trust him in both those games. And like I think he can perform. My only other thing about the PSG thing is I understand he performed well against Saka and I understand he performed well so far.
Yeah.
I would be concerned against him playing against that PSG attack depending on who is right wing.
Like, I think it depends. So Scott, like I think and again, this is where my point comes from with the whole Diggs kind of Arthur, all this stuff. It's again like I feel when Maresca came here and he started with this team, I always felt like okay, it feels like he's playing these players out of position, but they're understandable. Right, they're more understandable than, for example, Chilwell left wing under Poch, like or Koa left back. I never understood why when these players aren't of that caliber to be playing those positions. But like Cucurella inverting, okay, I understand that he did it last season with Poch. Reece James, complete player, he can do it to an extent. Gusto, like it's your system. You're trying to get these guys comfortable with it. I understood it.
Yeah.
With Liam, it's like you didn't do your research, and I feel it every game when you're making these silly mistakes. Like again, I'm basing my confidence on him on the fact that 3 games against Arsenal, 3 big sides. You haven't really done much to convince me. Yes, the last game we weren't horrible, but we still lost and we still made silly mistakes at set pieces, which. This is something we've had a problem with all season, not just with when you were here. We had a problem all season, and you've not addressed it. It's like there's a little bit of an air of naivety with him that gives me like that hesitancy to be. You got this. Like today was a good game because let's not beat around the bush. Like we were under pressure to get points this game. We know it's a 6-pointer. We're up against Aston Villa, who last game Aston Villa. They whooped us. They whooped us at home, and we're going to them. And I know they've not been in good form, but regardless, it's like it's a big game. We just, we weren't up for it against Arsenal. I was not confident maybe we wouldn't be up for it against Villa. But we showed up today and dominated them, which is great. I love that. Now let's do it against Newcastle, and then you'll give me more confidence. So with me, it's more like, bro, I feel like since you've come through the door, you've not done the extra homework, the extra research. Like, bro, I know you're not looking for a home. You're staying at a hotel. Bro, just watch back some of the games, man. You got nothing better to do. There's nothing to do at a hotel except for drink and go to your room. Let's be real, bro. Like, so, like, at least go back, do the homework, do the research, and find out what players you can rely on and what you can't. And this leads me back to the PSG game. For the PSG game, I think if you're a senior and you're doing your homework, you play Cucurella. You play Cucurella because there's already experience there. Cucurella had JOAO Neves on strings, right? He got him sent off in that Club World Cup. Play the mental game too. Like, if you can get Cucurella ready for 60 minutes against PSG, that'd be ideal. If he doesn't play, you have to plan it. You have to be strategic. Get it in. Even if you can't play him in that first leg, make sure he's ready for the second leg. Because I think Cucurella is going to be one of those players that anyone who played in that Club World Cup final should be in that lineup, or at least ready to be in the next game in that lineup. Because I think those players are going to be key. So yeah, that's where I'm getting at a little bit at Rosinha, because like this is going to be another big test. You got to pass it. You can't just I like Hato. I think he's been good, but I think against PSG, your best bet is going to be Cucurella there. Reece James there. Levi's not there, I know, but at least get Chalobah and Fofana there. Like, whoever you need to rely on to make sure we get a good result. Because, listen, I know PSG's not been great this season. I know they've had some injuries and stuff. Dembele's up, questionable whether he's going to start or not. But I'm not taking them lightly. Like, you had Enrique come out and say, he had the revenge. He's going through that heel turn, that WWE evil arc, where it's just like... I want that revenge against Chelsea.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Play your best. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you got the experience of these players that have played this opponent before. Like, rely on that, because Hato. Listen, I like the games Hato's had, but this is PSG. This is big time boys. Now. Like, this is like, you make a mistake, they will punish you for it. You made a mistake today against Villa, and partial mistake against Villa, and you got punished for it. But we ended up being the better team. I wouldn't take the risk against PSG. What are you saying, though, RSM?
Oh man, I mean, against PSG, to be honest, I think there's been plenty of teams this season that have been able to get results against them. I don't think that it's like I don't think it's like in the Club World Cup final when we were like, okay, how do we beat this PSG team? Because nobody has done it so far this season, right? Nobody's been able to get the win, especially in the moments when it matters. This season, that's not the case, man. They're like B-side teams in League O that have been able to get results against PSG. And then once again, PSG, now UCL title holders, once again do not qualify to the top 8. This is not an invincible team, nothing crazy. I think we have the same players that beat them 3-0 in the final. Obviously barring Colwell. I think we have the tools we need. My only concern is, are the players going to be able to, over 180 minutes, because remember it is 2 legs, right? Be able to keep their composure. That's really what it is. Because again, it also depends. Like, again, this PSG side might not have Dembele, right? I think it's guaranteed now they're not going to have Fabio and Ruiz. So that's big portions of their midfield where, okay, now I expect their midfield to completely dominate them, right? Now I would expect better performances. And just going based off that, I think it's probably, in my opinion, it's definitely more of a 50-50. I think if you ask people, they're like, oh, Chelsea are going to lose. And I'm like, brother, like, have people not been watching PSG this season? Do people just think, oh, it's PSG, they won the Champions League, so they're the best team? Brother, no, they're not. They're dropping results everywhere. They're having to come back like down 1-0 or 2-0 in games. They're conceding a ton of goals. Where I think it was before we beat them in the Club World Cup final, they had conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament. And it was when they lost 1-0 to, what was it? What team did it was? Flamengo or something? Or Fluminense?
Fuck. It was
a Brazilian team.
Yeah.
Botafogo?
It wasn't Botafogo, yeah, thank you, yeah.
Yeah, they conceded 1 goal and then they lost the game. And it's like, and then we
Yeah, it
managed
was
to
in the
put
group
3 past them.
stage.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I don't think this PSG team is invincible. Yeah, but like I said, both games against Monaco, they won very thin margins. Nuno Mendes is looking like absolute dog food in the UCL. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's looking like good eats. I watched him. It's good eats, bro. Like the majority of goals will come down this side. He's lazy. He's not tracking his man. He's in the wrong positions all the time. Their keeper, by the way, howler downgrade.
I'm surprised because Chevalier won goalkeeper of the season in Ligue 1 last season over Donnarumma.
Because again, you know what it is, Marshall? It's one of the things we speak about all the time. It's easy doing all this stuff in a small team with smaller expectations. When you have the weight of the world right on your shoulders, how do you show up in those pressure moments? And that's one of the biggest criticisms we had of Sanchez for so long. He's like, bro, the fans could get in his head. The fans would be getting in his head when we went away. The away fans would be, behind him, chirping at him, and he let it get to his head. So I think this PSG team is beatable. I think the biggest thing for me is do not leave Paris with a loss. If you leave with a draw, you're winning at home. I see it that simply. Yeah. If we can leave Parc des Princes with a 1-1, we're winning at home. I'm telling you right now, like this, I think in the UCL at home, I think we're a bit different. I think at UCL at home, I've seen us be a lot better than in the league. I don't know, for whatever reason, the league at home, it's always looked suspect for us. I think right now, last I checked, we are 4th or 3rd in terms of away in the league. And we are like 11th in terms of home in the league for the entire season. So it's like, but in the UCL, I think it's been different. I don't think that's the case. I don't have that same worry in the UCL. Yeah, no, my bad. It's even worse. We're 12th at home in the league. And then we're second. Oh, my bad. We're second in the league away. We have the second most points in the entire league away. So again, I do think we're going to be fine. I think we can progress past them. And I think it's looking good. I think if we leave a win, by the way, if we leave Parc des Princes with a win, that's for me like solidifies it. Like there's no world in which I think we should lose it at home.
There's no way we lose that at home.
And then that being the case, if we look forward a bit, which I don't think is crazy, most likely I think we could beat Liverpool. I'm gonna be honest with you. You look at this Liverpool.
We've done it already.
They're not like I don't think.
Bro, they just lost to Wolves.
They just lost to Wolves. I think their form isn't even nothing that crazy either. Yeah, they lost to City. They beat Sunderland by the smallest margins 1-0. They beat Nottingham Forest to 1-0 as well. And I think it was near the end of the game, right?
Maybe. I
think they barely. I'm not trying to remember.
They've not been convincing. Their football's been similar to ours, where we're like.
This is what I've been saying. It's like they have 3 wins out of the last 5, but when you look at those wins, it's the same. It's the same performances in the L's. They just managed to get a W. This is why I said like I'm not. And it's why I told people when they're like, "Oh my God, Liverpool's above us." I said, "Listen, I've watched Liverpool games. They're playing the exact same way. It's just that this time it's going their way. Everything evens out eventually. They're going to get punished for their performances."
Yeah, I guess what started this conversation, RSM, was that people, because I've been calling him Arthur lately, people have been asking like, am I confident we're a senior? Is there a bit of a jab at him? Like, I'll be honest, like I think the naivety this season was unnecessary. Like I know people are trying to be like, when's he had time to do? Bro, Maresca had time. I don't care. Like we're senior.
Brother, it's also a thing where it's like, if Maresca is giving you a blueprint against some of these teams, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, bro. It's the same players.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, and our, CP said it. Like, it's almost like he's come into this team and given everyone a clean slate, where like he's already kind of quickly learned like who he can't give 100% of the time to and who's not. Like even today, like I meant to ask you guys this: how'd you feel about Sanchez not starting today? Because I thought it was weird that, like. I know some people don't give a fuck because last game Sanchez made a howler of the whole Arsenal situation.
I mean, he lost. For me, in my opinion, he lost us single-handedly 2 out of the 3 games that we played Arsenal.
2 out of the 4 games we played Arsenal. Because
2 out of the 4, my bad. Yeah, 2 out of the 4 we played Arsenal. But, I blame on him.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But like, out of the whole entire season he's had so far, to drop him for not. This is the thing that bothered me, Scott. It wasn't only drop him after like a really bad game against Arsenal, which, all right, I mean, it was one bad game, but whatever. It's the fact that you dropped him and put Jorgensen on against Aston Villa, who last time we played Aston Villa around this time last year had the worst howler of the season for any goalkeeper we had.
I mean,
where like he tried to scoop the ball and
like,
lost the last minute.
I understand it. Like I said though, I think I don't even think he was fully responsible for why we lost the game against Arsenal. Like, I think there's other people responsible as well, and I think he was worse in the game, the first leg. You know, in that game, he was fully responsible for why we lost that game. He played the next game against Brentford. Yeah. So, I find it weird that, and I looked it out, Jorgensen was on the bench in that game. So I find it weird that he dropped him now for this game, considering, like I said, even though he wasn't great in the last game.
I agree. It's a timing that's weird. Like, it would have made more sense immediately after the Howlers.
If he had another howler today, then yeah, next game bench him. Like
the only thing I'll believe is I think in the comments he made about that is he said Jorgensen has been impressing in training. I think what that means is he's probably more confident doing what we spoke about before with the earlier more dangerous passes in the central of the park. So that's probably he's more willing to do that than Sanchez. And then he was like, you know what, against Villa, let's take the chance. Let's see what happens. At the end of the day, he knows that like I'm a new manager. I want to see who in the squad I can trust, I cannot trust. So it is what it is. I think we've seen a bit of everybody. We've seen a bit of everybody from, I think almost everybody has gotten playtime under Rosinha at one point or another, or a start under Rosinha at one point or another.
Makes sense to me, but yeah, it's true.
So I don't know. Like, I don't agree with it. Like I said, I don't think I necessarily agree with it. I think, you know, saying like I don't have a number one keeper is a bit woke. Like, brother, it's not like there's certain positions like you just can't just not have a number one keeper, bro. You can't just be like, yeah, my keeper, you know, we one in one out every game, you know, we're a bit more fluid. No, that's not how that works. Like with the keeper position specifically, like you need to choose a keeper, bro. You just need to choose a keeper and then stick with it. My biggest issue with Jorgensen again is the way he parries the ball. I mean, even there was a shot in the game where I don't know why he parried like. It was like
Ali,
he saved
right?
it and
Ali
then it
Watkins
spilled it, yeah,
and
then spills like why, brother? You could easily have just. But then again, I see the same things about Sanchez sometimes where I'm like, I remember I think last game he punched it, and I'm like, you could have just grabbed it. Like you're being a bit of a clown. Like you could have grabbed it out of the air. Why punch it? Again, but it's just what we're dealing with. Meanwhile, I'm seeing highlights of Penders absolutely killing it at Strasbourg. So at least I know that there's some hope for the future.
Yeah. Scott, what were you going to say? And then we'll probably wrap it up because I don't know how much else we got to talk about this game.
Say again.
What were you going to say? Because then we'll probably wrap it up after you talk because I don't know what else we have to touch on this game. I don't know if I missed anything. I think for the most part,
I have absolutely no idea what I was going to say.
Also, I just saw this fact. Reece James back-to-back 90 minutes in the span of 3 days. Okay.
Bro, he can do this though, bro. This is why when I was talking about Fofana and I've had debates with people about Fofana about him being injury prone and he can't play games and he can't stay fit and people want to bring Reece James into it like, oh, so we should sell Reece James as well. No, because brother can play 3 games within the space of a week. He can play 2 games within the space of 3 days. It's not even remotely similar. When Fofana has played the 58th most minutes of any Premier League centre-back.
By the way, that's another good
Oh, by the way,
point.
sorry. On a side note, we didn't talk about this. Fofana might have picked up another injury, by the way.
No, he didn't. He went.
He didn't. Apparently, he was limping off, and he limped down the tunnel.
He responded to the pie suite saying, like with a laughing emoji, like I'm fine.
Okay, good.
Hey, it's Fofana. RSM, respectfully, we'll wait with that. Remember when he wanted to say, "I'm fine, I can play under Maresca," and bro injured himself within about 5 minutes.
Yeah, the only thing that gives me is that after he went down, he like played for the next 5-6 minutes and he looked fine.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's probably fine then. But actually, that reminds me, I meant to bring this up too. Is it a coincidence that when Reece James gets to play in the midfield, Enzo Fernandez actually has like one of the better games he's had in a long time?
Yes.
Okay. So it could have been Santos today, and just because of the high line or whatever, he still would have had a good game. Because I don't know, like I think
because I'm going to be honest, Marshall, I don't think
go for it. Talk to me.
I don't think Reece was amazing today in terms of like what we've seen recently. Like I think he's been, yeah. I'm not saying he was bad, but I'm saying that I don't think he was amazing in the sense of I don't think he did anything groundbreaking we haven't seen Santos do previously. So I think it was just a case of like Enzo having more time on the ball, him being able to just, or not him being able to do, but just him attempting those passes we talked about earlier, him just actually doing the stuff we expect of him. Like, I think you could have had any other midfielder in there in terms of Lavia, Santos, anyone like that, and you could have still seen the same performance. I don't think Reece being in there made any difference, because we've seen performances with them next to each other. Arsenal, for example, Enzo Fernandez was completely invisible against Arsenal, while Reece was the best player on the football pitch. And,
I mean, even then, like, you look at, by the way, you look at the first goal we concede, we win the ball back, Enzo immediately gives it back to Villa for the counter. So it's like, I think Villa played into his hands in the sense that I think if they tried to press Enzo a lot more than they did, they probably would have gotten a worse game out of him. But they gave him a lot of space, and that's on them.
By the way, that Morning Zombie, that was not Reece's. I don't blame Reece for the disallowed goal. That's on Fofana for me. Like, even after they get,
I blame Reece because he literally just gave them the
ball.
I know. Expecting, I think, Palmer to drop back.
The reason why I don't blame Reece for that is because even after they get the ball, there is still enough time for us in that moment to recover and to.
I'm not blaming him solely for the goal, but like when you give the ball away that cheaply when our team is that high
really
up the pitch,
giveaway,
he gave the ball away cheaply, but I blame that on Fofana because, bro, if Fofana just tracks his man,
that guy's, yeah, man.
Yeah, he's not been good recently. I'm not gonna lie.
Summer window, bro.
Yeah, summer window, brother. We're nearly
this summer
there.
window. Listen, I don't have high hopes that our team is going to automatically be revitalized, and these owners are going to be like, you know what, let's get. But
you know what it is, you know what it is. No, by the way, I do think we might move on Garnacho just because I think he might get the draw Felix. He might get the draw Felix just because Quinn is coming in, and if I'd rather give chances to kids like that than.
Like, I hate that I have to say this, but I feel like this summer window is going to be another defining moment for these owners because, like,
yeah, but it's gonna be a mid one. I'm telling you,
it might be, but like again, like we look at this team and it's like, dude, there's a good team here, but there's certain positions that we just not addressed that is just holding us back so badly.
Marshall, I'm going to push back on that a bit. I'm going to reword what you said. We've got a good starting 11 here.
Yeah, for sure.
Our squad in multiple positions is shit. Like our backup goalkeeper,
our B team is stinky, bro.
Our
B team is worse than last season. I can't lie.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, we had a better we spoke about this. We had a better Conference League B team than what we have right now.
100%.
Yeah, Kate Mitch is blowing out at Everton.
Oh, Marshall, Scott, before you go, I need to ask you something.
I told people that's Conference League
chance,
right there, man.
That chance that Garnacho had, right? That I forget who put it on a plate for him. I think it was Enzo.
Kukurea.
Okay, that chance that Garnacho had 1v1 with the keeper, where Emmy saves with his feet.
Yep.
Does Mudryk put that away?
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? Yeah, he does.
So yeah, we do have a better B team.
This is the thing I'll say about Mudryk is Mudryk misses the easy shots, but he was really good at getting off some difficult finishes. I've never seen Garnacho have like a difficult finish. With you.
I'll say, Marshall, on your thing of like the squad thing, by the way, outside of midfield and left back, every single other position in our team from the bench stinks. Our backup centre backs all reek outside of Sarr and Atchempong, who doesn't.
We have to make substitutes, and I see Garnacho and Liam Delay.
Our backup goalkeeper is average at best. Our backup right back is cheeks. Our backup wingers are all terrible. Our backup striker is an MMA fighter. He tried to fight someone else today, by the way. Again.
To be fair, what I'll give him is he definitely should have gotten a foul. That was some of the craziest shirt pulling I've ever seen to not be a foul.
Yeah. But yeah, once we get past it's like say Esteval's healthy, there's like we get down to like the 14th, 15th guy, it's peak for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
if
why
Lavia wasn't a figment of our imagination, I think the B team would be better as well.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean,
it's kind of crazy. And Lavia already has like a little bit of like a cult following just because of how tech he is and how nice he is on the ball. Him coming back, like he could be a huge important figure for us in this.
Bro, I said this last year with Maresca. People laughed at me like, "Yo, he's actually such a game changer."
Because I'll tell you this, by the way, I'll tell you this because like we spoke today about like Enzo was having a great game, deep line playmaking, he was making the pass. every single pass that Enzo made today, Caicedo also made.
Yeah.
Just so we're aware. Caicedo made the exact same passes as Enzo, except people just sold his assists.
You know what it is with the Lavia thing, Marshall? It's the same, because I'll be honest, I'd laugh at you now because my thing is it's the same thing what I said to Ahmed earlier about Anselmino. These conversations are pointless until brother shows me he can play 90 minutes.
I told you.
Until that happens, this is a waste of time in terms of saying, oh, he could be an important asset for us.
Yeah.
For when? For what? To play 45 minutes against Liverpool and then be injured?
Yeah, the positive is that he's going to have the entire summer off. So that's like a good thing.
Yeah, and the good thing is him coming back now, obviously we've got a few games. We've then got an international break where he just needs to be chilling, training, working on recovery, and then we come back with a game against.
Get on that bike, Lavia. You can't get injured while you're riding that.
Who do we go up against? I know we have Newcastle in the Prem, right?
I just wrote it down. RSM. We got Saturday. We have Wrexham. Wednesday we have PSG. The next Saturday, Newcastle. Then after that, the return leg at home, PSG Tuesday. Then Everton that weekend. Then we go into international break.
Everton's at home, right?
Yeah. Then
Everton,
after the international break, we've then got City at home. So like that could be a nice game if he can stay. And I know this is Arsenal.
I actually don't mind if we lose that one. I'll be honest.
Ooh,
neither do I. I'll be honest. But if he can stay
after international,
if he can stay fully fit until that point and work on his fitness and everything and make sure he's good in the international break, that's the game he could start against City. And then hopefully if he plays like Lavia, if he can play 90 minutes against City in that game, if he's fit enough, then we can start having conversations.
I expect him and Santos to get heavy minutes against Wrexham. So
yeah,
bro, was the last time we saw Lavia play against City the first game against Maresca? Was that the last time we saw him play?
First game of last season.
Yeah, the first game of last season. I think that was the last time we saw him play against
City.
City.
Because he didn't play the Etihad this year, and he didn't play the return leg, the second match at home last. No, we played City at home first match.
Yeah.
So he played that one. He didn't play the Etihad last year or the Etihad this year.
Yeah. Fucking Chalobah got cooked and everyone got cooked that game, man. Oh man, that was a bad game.
We just passed around the back all game.
Yeah, that was a bad game. We started off so well in that game, and then we just.
Did you guys analyze the table or no? Not yet.
No.
I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah,
it's close, bro.
Just to end. That's what I'm saying. It's also close for Spurs, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm feeling Crystal Palace.
Dude,
Crystal Palace, man. I need that W, bro. I'm here with you,
dude.
I can't lie to you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care if they go down. I'd prefer Forest to go down ahead of them.
You know what? The only reason why I don't want to see them go down is because that's a guarantee.
No. I need Spurs to go down. Like I just think that would be more objectively funny than Forest. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's just so funny, bro.
No, Forest for me would be. I get that, and you're not wrong, but Forest to me would just be like karmically balanced. That would be the world. That would be karma coming around. There's no way. There's no way as a collective, as a team, as a group, as an owner. You should run a football club the way that Marinakis has run it this season, and you should get away with not being relegated. There is no way
that's a good point.
I just think, but you know what? Then in that case, I'm also rooting, by the way, for #Wolves Great Escape, man. Give me the Wolves Great Escape, bro. I'm telling you, your run of games is doable.
Hold on.
It's doable. I'm telling you, give me the Wolves Great Escape.
Do you know what? If Wolves stay up and Forest and Spurs go down, fair play. You
exactly.
Scott, check this out.
That's what I'm rooting for, Scott. That's what I'm rooting for, bro. Check this run of games. It's enough, bro. They could maybe make it.
Yeah, we got Brentford, West Ham, Leeds, Spurs.
I tell you what, there's a chance.
Right in full of
there's a chance by the end of that. You got West Ham Wolves against each other. There's a chance if West Ham win that, bro, Tottenham could be in the relegation zone.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
Can you do something for us tomorrow?
Okay, this is why I want Wolves to basically win every game they can until the end of the season.
It's possible. They have all bottom half of the table.
Oh no! If they win every game,
we can look at the last 2 to 3 games of the Prem being a literal relegation dogfight with single digit, with 1 game swings.
4, 5, 6.
I think if they win out, they stay up relatively comfortably. If they
But
win
that's what I need. I think they could lose. I think they could lose to Brentford and Sunderland because I think they're better than them. But
the only problem that Wolves have got is because of how much of a deficit they were in. They're 12 points behind. That's 4 games. So that's
if they win
5
half their games, they get up to 28 points.
You know, but the problem is, Marshall. The problem is we're saying this without the premise of thinking about Forest or even Tottenham. Like I know Tottenham suck, but like if Forest win a game, all of a sudden that one of those Wolves results means nothing. Even if they win out,
in a row, man.
Like even if they win out, so they win all games, right? So they get what's 9? So they get 27 points. Forest would then only need 20 points.
Spurs games are not easy either. I'll check it up right now.
You know, Spurs have a. I was gonna tell you, bro. Spurs games are not easy, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Wolves' great escape, bro. Wolves' great escape, man. I need it.
If Wolves win all 9 games, which I think would be hard, but if they win all 9 games,
yo, Atletico, Liverpool, Atletico.
That's nuts.
They got Champions League to think about too.
Yeah.
But bro, if they're smart, they throw those Atletico Madrid games in the bin.
Yeah, bro. Just throw them in the bin, bro. Prize in the bag.
Yeah, no, but Marshall, what I was saying is, if Wolves win out, Tottenham or Forest just need to win 7 of their games, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Bro, they're running.
And this is what I say, like, so I don't even think Wolves win out. Unfortunately, it's one of those where I think that they're so far gone. Like they might get it close, but they're
close. Yeah, they're better than Derby now, though. At least they're fighting for honor now.
Yeah. Woo, better than Derby.
They're fighting for honor at this point.
No, but they just convinced me. By the way, this run of form from Wolves just convinced me that they just really had the wrong manager, bro. That's really what it was.
Seriously.
Right, and guess what? He now manages Nottingham Forest.
It's wild, but if we
I don't know, man. I just think it'd be funny if Spurs went down to have like the biggest team to ever play in the history of the championship, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
by the way, like I was saying in the beginning of the stream.
You know what's funny, by the way, because I looked up. There's a few things. One of these I looked up earlier. Number one, I don't even know what would happen with that squad. By the way, like I don't know who's staying.
The majority of them are probably gonna leave, bro. I think the report that was released say that they have like a 50 to 75% wage reduction. Yeah, like
yeah. So I don't even know who stays. The funniest thing is though,
the kids.
If Gallagher stays next season, he will be on 100k in the championship, 100k a week, which would make him the highest paid player.
Yeah, man, Gallagher's a funny guy, bro. Also, by the way, it's funny because that'll also mean if Spurs go down, that means West Ham stay up, which means Kudus join the team that finished under West Ham and got relegated.
Yo, West Ham, I'm not gonna lie, West Ham fans will take that and beat that into the fucking ground.
100%.
Bro, they'll never let him forget it, bro. I'm saying right now.
He's Judas.
I actually need to see that.
Well, it's like, no, I'm telling you, like, imagine you're Kudus, bro. You're like, oh, they're in UCL, they won the Europa, brother. You're like 1 point ahead of West Ham. You're 1 point ahead of West Ham. The 30 games of the season, you're a point ahead of West Ham.
Let me see, how many losses do Spurs have on the season?
4. Or they have on the bounce, they have 4 losses.
13 losses.
13. What did they lose last year? Like I can't remember how many because they were
still 21. I think.
Yo, that's so bad. Oh damn, bro! Why is this table?
Bro, why is your table fucked?
It glitched, bro.
I don't know.
You gotta refresh it.
It just glitched. I'm just gonna do that refresh. Am I still on? Okay.
Oh, mine's doing the same thing, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like Daniel Levy and them trying to like sabotage it so that you forget about.
Easier.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to Wikipedia it because.
Here, let me see. No, I got it. They lost 22. They lost 22.
Oh, that's crazy.
Games, bro.
They got away with it last year because the relegation teams were so bad.
I was about to say if the relegation teams that went up last season or this year's, they would have been relegated. No. By the way, them out of Manchester United might have been relegated. By the way, I think that to be clear because Man United also made. Hold up, Manchester United lost 18 games. So,
the Europa League final was a combined 40 losses in the league.
No, by the way, I also need to make clear, like, United finished 4 points ahead of Tottenham, and 3 of those were won on the last day, 2-0 against Villa. So
and they scammed that shit because you remember Martinez should have got sent off by handling the ball outside the box before. Oh no, Bayern Deer did it before Martinez got sent off. Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. Like this. I think Spurs has a good chance of going down, 100%. And even if they don't go down, I don't know how they rebuild when half their sponsors are leaving, bro. Half their sponsors are gone. Thanos snap.
That's why I'm like, this is the time.
See, hold up. If Spurs fans had a live stream talking about club finances, I get it, bro, because you're losing half the money in your institution right now.
True.
Then I'll understand people busting out the spreadsheets.
Yeah, that would be. I saw that report, but I glanced over it because it was Spurs, and I was like, I don't really give a fuck what happens to them. But yeah, it would be interesting to see what happens and who comes in to try to pick apart that squad, because they got some decent players that I'd probably even take at Chelsea, a couple of them. But
Spurs.
Yeah,
give me Dejan Kulusevski, man. I'll take him.
No, bro, give it up, bro. Oh my god, cool. Marshall, please.
I'm gonna be real. I don't actually know how many of their players I would take in this football club.
The only player I would take is a fit Van de Ven.
Yeah, facts. Outside of Van de Ven, I would. Do you know who else I would take? But it depends on how you'd fit him into our squad. Is Bergvall?
Yeah, Bergvall's techie. He's techie.
Outside of him, yeah, there ain't a single player. Like, no, actually, no. I tell you,
like their squad act like you know how we say our B team. They're like their A team stinks, bro. Like, their A team stinks.
I still do rate him. Depending on price, I would still take Kudus over basically anyone of them.
Yeah. No, I would take Kudus over Garnacho for sure, bro. That ain't the question, man.
You know what the problem is? They have
outside of those two, there's no one else.
You forget who they actually have. Like, no Kudus, no Kulusevski, no Madison. I'm like, yo, they
I think that's the problem with Tottenham. You know what the problem with Tottenham is? There's a few players in their team I would take, but they're just injury prone. So I'm like, no, I've got scars.
That's why I said a fit Van de Ven. Like, if you could promise me he'd be fit, I'd take him. If not, bro, it's just another Fofana.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of the same with like Kulusevski and Madison. If you could promise me either of them were going to be fit, like I'd maybe consider it. But outside of that, it's like, nah. Bro.
But that's a big issue. Like they're like Spurs' A team is full of decent players to mid, and then the decent players get injured a lot. So you're just left with the mid.
Yeah.
The other thing too, by the way, bringing it back to Chelsea, by the way, you look at this fixture, we're one game away. Like if United and Villa lose their next game and we win,
wait, you don't know what the next game is, do you? Wait, Marshall, their next games are against each other.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we have the chance to, if either one of them win and we win against Newcastle, we pass them in the table.
Hold on. So let's say this. I'll pose this to you. What do we want? Do we want a a Villa United draw, or do we want one of them to drop?
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would rather Man United win, just because of the fact that if we like obviously saying we win against Newcastle, I would just rather Villa completely run out of the race and we can just all be comfortable with the fact that like the top 5 clubs in the Prem are all like the big sides, and we're just good with that. Like no more infighting between clubs. Like we all know, right?
Yeah.
Like 1 through 5 is going to include the traditional top 5 clubs. Because like,
yeah,
I just think that makes things easier, because then we're just fighting for honor, who finishes above who, and we still have United at home, which United fans are somehow super confident about. Every time we go on American Waffle, they're mad confident they're going to come to the bridge and get something, and I'm just like, why? I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
I'm like, listen, Old Trafford, I get it. We have some judge at Old Trafford, I get it. But at home at the bridge, I don't know what you guys are believing in, really.
Who's Marshall? Who does Liverpool play next in the league?
That is a good question.
Here, I can.
Come on, bro.
It's Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Oh yeah, so that's 3 points. Yeah, that's 3 points.
That's 3 points.
Because not only they smoked Tottenham.
By the way, I just gotta say, Spurs are a criminal institution because they took 6 points from City this season.
Yeah, I know. They always do. This is the annoying thing. Is like,
fool me once, shame on me.
This is the annoying thing about bogey teams. It's like Spurs will always do that. It's the same with us and United. Like, it doesn't matter how good we are.
It's United at Old Trafford. I agree, bro. United at Old Trafford. I can't,
it doesn't matter how good we are, how shit United are. They could be under their worst manager.
Something happens every game. Something happens every time, bro.
We will still never beat them at United. Sorry, at Old Trafford. We'll never beat them. I don't know what it is. It's the same with Spurs and City. whatever it is.
Bro, like the day that we beat United at Old Trafford, I'll know that some chain got broken. Like some deep, like whatever blood pact they made to win like the UCLs. I know it'll be we'll have paid for it after we beat United at Old Trafford.
I'm trying to think of the last win we've had at Old Trafford. I think it was Juan Mata.
Bro, I was a kid. I was literally a kid. I was literally a fetus.
It's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, 2013 Juan Mata winning goal. You want to
that's what I'm telling you. I was literally 11. I was literally 11 the last time I saw a win.
I think it was 11.
Who was the manager at the time? 2013.
2013 would have been Boas. Boas?
Yeah,
No,
or
Di Matteo.
Boas. Di
No,
Matteo.
it's not Di Matteo. I don't think it was Di Matteo. I don't think it was Di Matteo. Yeah,
it was Boas.
You know, so Di Matteo would have been 11, 12, and then the start of 12, 13.
Are you about to tell me Coutinho?
Rafa.
Was it Coutinho?
Oh my God,
Rafa.
Jesus
Christ.
Rafa the Gaffer. Yo, our last win at Old Trafford was with a Liverpool. I don't want to say he's a legend, but he did win the last or second to last
for them.
With Rafa,
part of this iteration.
Oh
damn, bro.
Yo, that was 2013. That was, oh my God, 13 years. That's fucking shameful.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. If you presented me with Rafa Benitez after Poch, I would have said yes.
We need to start beating.
No, you're a criminal.
We need to start beating
after Poch.
Yes, you're a criminal.
After Poch, you wouldn't have taken Rafa Benitez.
No, I wouldn't. Have you seen his career?
But he wins trophies.
Where is he now?
Brother,
I don't know where he's at now.
Marshall, what was the last trophy he won?
I have no fucking clue, bro.
Hold on, I'm about to look it up.
Didn't he win a Europa with us?
Yes, that's the last trophy he won.
That was the Baku one, right?
No. That was the one where we beat Benfica and we beat...
Yeah, it was when we dropped out of the UCL in the group stage after winning the UCL the year before when we had that was Hazard, 17.
Oh, no, sorry, I tell a lie. He was at Real Madrid. He probably won a trophy there.
No, Napoli. Actually Newcastle. He got Newcastle promoted in 2016-17.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Then he won a Coppa Italia in 2013.
I don't like Benitez, but he was an upgrade on Poch.
That was a good Napoli squad, like Higuain.
No, he's not.
No, bro. Modern day, no, bro. What are we talking about, man?
No, let me see his last job. Hold on.
No, he's currently at Panathinaikos.
Lazio
where he's
wasn't that his last job? Oh, he's at Panathinaikos. Okay.
I was going to say, Marshall, he hasn't won a trophy of any description, because let's include the championship for shits and giggles, I guess, for 8 years. Sorry, nearly 9 years.
Hey, man, the bar was low.
He's not.
He had a trophy.
He's not even worth talking about anymore.
Yeah, all right. Fair.
This fool said he'd bring him instead of
bring Rafa. That's when you know it's
I bring in, dude. I was so angry with Poch at the time. I would have brought anyone. You could have presented me with number 2 pencils, bro, and I would have brought those guys in. Like I was over Poch. I would have brought Rafa over Poch any day. And I hated Rafa. I still do. But yeah, man. So like this is getting close. This is now a real legitimate top 5, top 4 UCL race, and like. I get what Ahmed is saying with the whole sabotage the club so we can get rid of these owners and directors, but listen, from a fan point of view, I always want my team to win. I always want my team to succeed, and even these directors, I want them to get the fucking, the recruitment right, because that means my team does well. At the end of the day, I'm a Chelsea fan. I don't care about the backroom shit and all that stuff. I just do it because I'm, I have a YouTube channel. But, bruh, if next game... I don't know if I want to draw, because even with the draw, we're still in fifth place. I almost want United to win and Villa drop out and we go ahead of Villa, but we have to beat Newcastle. And that's not going to be an easy task, because Newcastle, they have a tendency to step up against us and they give us a hard time. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy, but we're in a race. We're in that one game away. The whole
and in terms of beating out the competition, we still have Liverpool to play away, to be fair, but we also have United at home still. So we still have things in our hands.
Yeah,
we still have points in our hands.
Yeah,
against direct competitors.
Cushion between Brentford, but regardless, like yeah,
but I'm not worried about Brentford. Okay.
I think this guy, it's a Villa fan. God damn, I never thought I would see one of these in my lifetime. But hey, man, you guys have been in shit
Please
form.
give it up, man.
You just held 4 to us, and we're in shit form too. So you can hold that, bro. You can hold that. And now you got to go up against United, and look at your record against United. So next week we could be talking very differently. We could be looking down at you.
Bro, the thing is, like, why talk? You know what Emery does, bro. Every time he reaches the later stages of Europa, bro, he's gonna bend the league. So it's like, that's why I told you. I'd rather we just do away with the notion that Villa's gonna get UCL football, so it can just be between us, Liverpool, and United as to who gets third. Like, that's more interesting to me. Just get Villa out of here.
Stop wasting our time, man. At the end of the day,
the whole point, exactly.
We know.
Just like, you're taking up a spot, you're making people worry. Just drop down the table like you're supposed to, you know, with Emery late season. So,
bro, and people ask why I have Vin for Villa. I don't know if you heard it, RSM. It's because all of the you were here.
All the glaze, bro. It was a glazing. I was there at the beginning of the
14
season.
Points ahead of us.
Bro, I'm
now
telling you,
only
they're
3.
like, oh, we're finished. There's so much better. I take every player in Villa starting 11 over ours. I'm like, you guys are smoking crack. What are we talking about, man?
That's a crazy take. I can't believe you saw that. I'm sorry you had to witness that with your own eyes.
I was there. I was arguing with the chat. I'm like, what are we talking about? You guys are just fear mongering.
The Villa fear mongering was crazy, and I feel so vindicated. But yeah, we'll see how this season ends. Like, one game at a time. Next game against Wrexham, I really hope that's straightforward. As far as Rosinha or Arthur has done with this team, it seems like we look more convincing with the teams that we're supposed to be favorable against. So I hope that trend continues, because I don't want to see a tough match, a tough night out against Wrexham. Please, straightforward, be somewhat of a B team, and then just keep it pushing, because PSG is the game I want to focus on. If we get eliminated against Wrexham, then oh my God, I'm going to have very uncomfortable conversations here. But yeah, keep showing me something, Rosinha, because so far, listen, Arsenal, I wasn't happy, right? But I saw improvements. I'm not, delusional enough to be like Rosinha out. Like, I really wanted to be, because I was pissed about some things. But for the most part, like, I think it was overall, like, we had a decent game, and if we didn't get the red card, maybe we could have made the comeback, right? So there was improvements. Villa, that's a big game. 6-pointer. You got the result, and convincingly. If you could do that again against Newcastle, like I said in the beginning of the stream, I'm on board the Rosinha boat. Let's get it. I'm going to back you, Gaffer, and let's get this top 4 UCL football next season. And then maybe do something in the UCL or FA Cup. We'll see. Don't make me regret it this weekend, please. Please. But anything else before we wrap it up, boys?
No, we good, man.
All right, we're good.
On to Saturday.
On to Saturday. One game at a time. Let's hope we get it. But yeah, ladies and gents.
Also, by the way, United fans who can hold that, they have to sit on that L for 11 days because they have no other footy to play.
I wonder how much Carrick Glaze I'm gonna hear on Monday.
Did you see what Scholes said about Carrick, by the way?
Oh wow, no.
It's bro, Scholes went on his Instagram and posted, yeah, Carrick must have some magic. We played shit the last 4 games.
Man.
Bro, it's bad,
That's
bro.
Former teammate too, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, hug ball, man. Hug ball go. Yeah, hug ball falling apart, man.
Oh boy, hug ball. Oh my God. Big up every single one of you. That, by the way, I mentioned the Wrexham game. I'm gonna be away this weekend. I'm going to Vegas. I'm gambling all on Chelsea. So I swear to God,
all on blue, man.
All on blue.
All on blue.
Chelsea, please. I'm going to Vegas, man. I'm going on the hot.
Marshall said I'm going to Vegas, and if I come back to Jersey, it's all on if Chelsea win or not, because I ain't got no money left.
Yeah.
Essentially, bro. Yeah, you're gonna see me in a tank top and sweating on the phone, bro. If we don't win, man, I'm just gonna be like, man, it's hot in Vegas.
Straight hangover settings, bro.
Seriously. So please, Chelsea, don't let me down. Don't let me down. But yeah, I'm gonna be in Vegas for the weekend, so no streams on the weekend. Maybe a stream tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. But it's gonna be tight if anything. So yeah, keep on the lookout. Keep your notifications on. We'll be back next week regardless. And we'll talk all the footy we want to talk. But yeah. keep on the lookout for Casually streams, all that stuff. Links in the description for everyone else's content. Be sure to support all of them, the panel and all that fun stuff. Smash a like on your way out. We're gonna do a raid. We're gonna raid out to Sarcasm City because I'm sure he's sad. But yeah, be sure. Yeah, we're gonna walk. Yeah, it's gonna take me a journey to the east at this point. But yeah, be sure to check out everyone's content. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Be sure to also check out the links in the description. If I already said that. Be sure to also smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We're trying to get to 5K, so help us get there. We're closing in on the 4K mark, so hey, let's get the algorithm going for us. Also, I should mention, big up to the chat because I didn't have to say it once this whole stream, but y'all got us to 50 likes, so I appreciate that. Your work does not go unnoticed, chat. Sometimes you piss me off, but sometimes you make me really happy. And let's keep the happy moments going because some of you guys think we don't have money. It's just hilarious. But yeah, if you're a member, big up to the members. Big up also if you're a proper casual higher team members. You get shout out at the end of every show. And that's going to go out to Lanray Sadiq, A. Soliman, EE, and Adrian. Big up to you guys. I appreciate you guys as always. And yeah. Say what's up to Sarcasm City. We'll see you guys in another stream soon. And as always, stay casual. Have a good night. Peace.